What are you telling me, people? What are you telling me? It's been a while. I'm the flop. Don't look at Arsenal and Bilal. Don't look at the Turkish prodigy himself. And don't look at Captain Zuberi over there, because the captain never fails. He's always there. It's me. I'm the flop song. I'm the flop done. It's me. I've been slacking. But Kall-in-Khan is back with a vengeance. Not to our usual spot tonight. We thought we'd mix it up a little bit Friday night. I got a little something to do tomorrow. I thought I'd bring it forward a little bit Friday night. We had to talk. We need to talk. We need to hear the people. Don't forget, people, what this show is all about. This ain't about my opinion. This ain't really about Captain's opinion, really. Definitely don't want to hear about the Turkish prodigy. Like, you know what I mean? We don't want to hear his calls and hot takes. And Bilal, yeah, we're going to hear from Bilal. We're going to hear from Bilal. I think Captain wants to ask Bilal a few questions still. But listen, most important is you lot. The link is pinned in the chat. You already know the rules. No personal abuse, but custom them. Cuss them all about their opinions. Talk about your club, your agenda, your narrative. This is your chance to say, you know, when you lot say, oh man, what? Oh, Grizz is just pushing his agenda. You know me, chocolate digestives, a strong brew, and that's me. I'm coordinating, I'm directing, I'm manager. I'm sidelines. I'm not Jose manager, the one that chases you into the car parks. No. I'm Roy Hodgson. I'm sitting there like an old man. And you know when things don't go well, you know that meme he does? Head down. That's me today. So people, get your calls in. We got hella people waiting in the studio already. We're gonna get all of them one by one on. We're gonna give as much airtime as possible to as many of you as you can. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We are so close to 30,000 subscribers. I reckon we possibly could do it tonight. I'm not sure. Do you think we could do it tonight? I'm not sure. I'm hoping and praying we can do it tonight, because that'd be wild if we could do it tonight. What do you reckon?
When there's a will, there's a way. So come on, guys. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Exactly. Yeah. You guys must all know at least 2 people. They know another 2 people.
Debatable.
Yeah, come on.
Debatable.
Minimum. Even if you know one, it's okay. Just tell even that one person. They might know too.
And tell the woman them as well.
Exactly.
Captain, what we saying, man? We saying long time, bro. Long time. Take it off mute and tell me how you feel, because I missed you. Know that I miss you. I know we speak on WhatsApp here and there, but I've missed you, and I'm sorry. I've let the team down.
No, man, you good, bro. Listen. Every day you do a show and you end it, you always say, and people, look after yourself. The people come first. When I say the people, I'm talking about everyone on the panel, everyone in the chat. Big up. We're here. We're never really left. We have to look after ourselves as well. You have to look after yourself. Bill had to pick his pride up off the floor. Omar had to, look after himself, make sure the hot takes are hot this summer. There's gonna be a few hot takes.
He's been doing is talking about that one. What's his name?
Don't worry, Grealish and Iwobi. Thank you very much.
Iwobi, that one Iwobi thing he got right. Yeah,
leading
on to that.
He's buzzing.
If they got relegated,
it's the sweetest thing when you get one hot take right. You're like a king, but there's certain hot takes you don't really want to go collect. Like
just pretend they didn't happen.
Yeah, like Liverpool season, when I call it the call-in after the Community Shield. I really don't want to collect that trophy like, Zuberi, you was right. Now I don't want that.
No, you was. You was. Listen, I'm going to praise you. Praise is due. You was the king last season. But we're going to get onto that and much more. As the headline says, detox over, the transfer fund begins. We can talk transfers. We can talk players, drama, Champions League, FA Cup final, Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, whatever you want. Boy, I got a whole heap of selection of people to bring on. While I choose who's first and who's hot and who's not, Turkish prodigy, what are you saying, man? How you been? Friday night, like
I'm a changed man. I'm
Whoa.
a changed man.
That's a change, man.
Wait, I just realized, Bilal, Friday night.
I think he's in trouble, man. He's not trying to go outside. I don't know what you've done.
Don't worry, I've just woken up, of course. So this is my morning. But no, you know what? Fair play to me. I'm taking life a bit more seriously now. No, it's the long work weeks. I know Keith's in the comments. He's probably somewhere in London being a menace. So
He's in the comments. Yeah, I didn't even see, man. Are you not in the studio?
He's being a menace already. So yeah, but no, I had to come on, especially when I heard Bilal was on, and I'm seeing him flex that Champions League badge like a trophy. I had to come on. I could the cooking, right? This man deserves all year smack talking, yeah, smack. Oh boy, we're coming for you, and I know everyone behind the camera, in the backstage area right now, they're coming for you, man. So you know what?
I don't know, man. I think I'm not gonna lie. Bilal was one of the calmer ones. I don't know. I don't think
he never tweets calmly.
Well, what did I say?
I've seen in this last month, I've seen Bilal go through the 7 stages of grief, right? I've seen him angry, right? I think it was 2-2 West Ham or 3-3 Southampton. I saw him angry.
That's when I lost my head. West Ham.
Yeah. I don't even know what the 7 stages are. I'm gonna Google them, right? And I'm gonna pinpoint 7 different tweets that demonstrate. I'm gonna make a presentation for you as well, right? One day, and I'm gonna one-on-one, me and you, I'm gonna FaceTime you. I'm gonna do this, yeah. But I think he's now in the last week. He's now in a sort of acceptance and a bit of a delirious stage of his life where all he tries to do is troll. He's coming for Bayern Munich fans because he's scared they're gonna take his boy Rice. I'm sure he's coming for Chelsea because they're gonna take Caicedo from him. So yeah, Bilal, I've been there. If you want to talk, I'm here for you, mate.
This is the place. The call-in show is the place to talk. We haven't heard from Bilal for a couple of weeks still. By the way, I have got the first 3 callers' orders. So first will be Kevin. Second will be Ducato. Third will be Ben. We're going to try and keep it moving. We're going to try and get as many as we can on. So Kevin Jimenez, Ducato, hope I said that right, and Ben. They're the first 3. Then we got Tarmizi, TJ Issa, and Sadiq Mia. Please try to remember that because you know what I'm like. People, as you're coming into the chat, you already know the drill. You already know the house rules. Like, and then call in if you want. Speak on what you want to speak on. We saying, man? Be like, we saying though.
Yeah, listen, almost half right. You know, I was going through the 7 stages of grief, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the last few weeks, man, my head was gone. That last few weeks of the Premier League season, but you know, you come out of it, out the other side. You know, you dust yourself off, and you're just like, you know what? Let's go on the attack. Let's take some positives, and you know what? There are some positives to take, and I'm holding on to those positives, and I'm moving forward with them. So whether it's a Bayern Munich fan, whether it's a Chelsea fan, whether it's a Man United fan, I'm ready. And I'm gearing up because next season, I said it, Wembley 2024, I've already booked my tickets. Jurgen Klopp, I know he was booking his tickets to Istanbul this year, didn't work out, right? But I'm going to make the leap of faith as well. I'm going to book my tickets, Wembley 2024. We will be there.
The one year Liverpool don't have to book their hotels in advance, yeah. We're not in the competition. It's typical.
Mad. Listen.
No trouble.
We got studios full. People are trying to come in, but apparently you're only allowed certain people a man in the studio. So people that are trying to come in, give it a few minutes. We're going to keep it moving, and we're going to try to keep giving everyone a voice, an opinion, a say. First of all, Kevin Jimenez, channel member, big time supporter of the channel. Kevin, hope you're doing very well, my friend.
I'm doing very well. How are you guys all doing?
We're blessed, bro. Some of us may be less than others, but we're blessed. We're blessed.
You guys can hear me well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I have missed the call-in show, so I know Zubair was saying it's okay, and it is all good, but I'm glad we get a little day today to do a little call-in show. I've been waiting for a while. But no, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm so excited, but so nervous.
Kev, I bet you up. Kev, can I ask you one small favor of you? I'm gonna bring in another United fan as well, so we can do two birds with one stone.
You got it. That's fine.
Only if it's okay with you, though.
Of course it is. Yeah. Bring him.
All right, we're gonna bring in Ducato as well. My man Ducato is in the building. Where you been? How you been? Okay, yeah. Tell the business.
Ready for this. You're ready for this.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yo. Tell them you're in the Kall-in-Khan show now, yeah? Rest
I had to hang up, man. It's about time one of us speaks the real, man. It's about time. I'm here now, man.
What you saying, man? Long time, my brother.
Long time, man. How y'all been, man? I've been sipping on my top 4 cup. You know what I mean? I've been chilling, man. What's going on?
I told you, I'm here to eat digestives and sip on my tea. I'll let everyone handle their business.
I'm gonna give you a trophy today. I usually don't give you men trophy. Kevin, you can walk up on the stage as well and collect this trophy because Ducato said Arsenal were coming for you. And to be fair to him, we shut him down because we slapped him, give him 7 after that show. But they
he didn't come back. He didn't come back for 4 weeks.
I want to make it clear I was back for that.
You had no show.
No, we had a show. We had no show.
Listen, we'll check the dates. We'll check the dates. But anyway,
I think it was the week after because it was after you guys lost to Bournemouth because I still showed up and said I'll take my L, but I knew it wasn't as good for you guys because you guys ended up losing. So I remember there was no show the week of, but it was right after your loss to Bournemouth that you did the show.
Anyway, congratulations, guys. Congratulations. You caught Arsenal. Big feat. It was big. I'm not going front. Sitting at the top of the league for 94% of the league and Man United peg you back, have a better season, trophy and Champions League. Man just barely got Champions League.
Zubair, you have to remember, Arsenal, they haven't fully recovered from that Sporting loss. Remember, the guy scored from half court on Ramsdale, and no one said a word about that. But they hadn't recovered from that loss.
That was swept under the rug.
I've been taking notes. Bilal, you haven't recovered from that loss, bro. I haven't seen you for quite some time, man. So I'm here to check up on you, man. How's the heartbeat? How's your team doing? How's our
listen, man, to be honest, right, as I said, like, I went through the stages of grief already. So you guys, you missed out. You know, I already went through it. If you caught me a few weeks ago, damn, I would have been finished. But right now, I'm feeling positive, and I don't think anything's going to change, man. So listen, Man United, tomorrow, you've got the biggest job on your hands. You've got to stop Man City doing the treble. It's in your hands. It's in your hands. And if you get beat by Man City tomorrow, they're definitely probably going to win the Champions League. I believe you'll believe that, right?
That's real.
Yeah, I think so.
So Man United,
I have to admit that is real. It's tough. It's scary. I'm not looking forward to the game. I do have United winning, of course. You know, that's just the United fan in me. But it is going to be a tough game. But I feel like, you know, pressure makes diamonds. You know, and we're going to see a game tomorrow where everyone. I know a lot of you guys are you guys have City because, you know, the favorites, yada yada. But you have to remember, at the end of the day, they're humans. Just like my team, they're humans. And when that pressure comes in, the moment of the first Manchester Derby FA Cup final, we'll see who really wilts under pressure and who really strives, you know, and goes forward. And I feel like us, just because of the cloth, the pedigree, just that United name, man, it rings bells when it comes to winning trophies, you know. It's one game can change the world, and I feel like Ten Hag will set us up right, you know. So I can't wait.
Wait, I don't want to be the clueless guy right here still, but I just got to know, is this really the first Manchester
final?
Derby?
Let Kevin come in because Kevin wanted to speak in, sorry, and then I'll let Ducato. No, it's cool.
No,
Kev,
it's all good.
I
pretty much agree with Ducato. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Obviously, City are the favorites for tomorrow. I don't think there's anyone out there saying that they're not. But the one thing I have seen, and I know it's possible, but I have been seeing a lot of, we're going to get Pam like 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. I can't see that. Now, it is possible, but I don't think I don't think it's gonna end up being that way. I think it's gonna be a pretty tight game, and I do back my team. I'm hoping for a 2-1, 3-2 win. And we faced them several times over the past few seasons, and as good as Man City are, because they are a great, phenomenal team, United have stopped them, and we have won. I think the past 10 meetings, I think they've won 6. We won like 4 or something like that. So they're definitely beatable.
Is that your record? Yeah, is that your record against them?
I think. Keep in mind, I didn't double fact check this. I just saw someone put it
You're
out.
doing
so
one
I'm
of my
not
ones
sure.
then. You're doing one of my
United
ones.
United always do well against City if you think about it.
We even under Ole though, we almost have kind of like the blueprint where just soak up that pressure, but you have to be absolutely just do not let them like break through and just defend as good as you can, and then just hit them on a good counter. The problem I see tomorrow though is they've kind of tweaked up their system to almost prevent a lot of those counters throughout the season. But I think if we're on it, I do give us a fighter's chance. I do think we could give them a little bit of a blow like that they just don't expect and just hopefully edge it. I could see that. I'm excited, but at the same time, I know it's going to be a very difficult game.
Our very own Big K's in the building as well. One of the RedFellas, he says it's going to be a lot tighter than we expect. City winning the league early has meant that they have slowed down. Keep an eye on that. Is there something that you guys are looking for that Ducato and Kevin? Like, do you think they've, when you're in cruise mode, they've been in cruise control last couple of weeks?
I won't say that they're in cruise mode. What I will say though is that I feel like their focuses might not be all on FA Cup. I feel like their focus is going to be ahead for Champions League. And I feel like that kind of gives us a slight edge in terms of we really want this cup. You heard my coach speak about it after the game against Fulham. There's one more game to go. We hope to bring the trophy back to Old Trafford. When I hear Pep talk, Pep's like, yeah, they're a great team, yada, yada, yada. But, they're looking to do something different, as in winning their first Champions League. And so I feel like the blueprint for us is we have to score those early chances. If we miss those early chances, then it can get sticky for us, to be completely transparent. But if we score those early chances and put the pressure on City, we've seen City when they lose. When you get physical, when you get uptight, you have to remember Wembley's going to be 80% United fans. I don't know a lot of City fans traveling wearing that blue. It's going to be a lot of red in that stadium, right? So the fans are going to be on our side. The pressure is going to be on our it's made for things for it to happen, but we have to score those early chances, and that's where I'm going to stand with my team. Is that if we score early chances, I can see us winning as what Kevin was at, like 2-1, 3-2 type thing, because it will be hotly contested.
I think the first 15 to 20 minutes is going to be the most important of that match.
Big facts.
If you have to not only, because let's be honest, City's going to have all the ball. That's just how it's going to be. Even if we wanted to try that, City ain't letting us have that ball. The first 15, 20 minutes, when they mount that pressure on her, we have to not only defend as good as we can, but we have to hit them with a little bit of a counterattack and show them, you gonna keep on attacking, we can hit you with a little blow out of nowhere. We just have to let them know, like, we're here to play as well. We're not just gonna sit back all game. So I think the first 15, 20 minutes, give them something to think about while at the same time not letting them score. I think that's gonna be the dictation of the whole match. Because if they score early, then I think we've seen United, especially not at home, their heads drop. We cannot let them get an early goal, because I'm honestly a little nervous on how the team will take that, because we've seen a lot of players just heads drops, and that's where the 4-0s, the 7-0s, the 6, that's where they come, because they just drop their head. They're good enough to not get scored on that much. We have the most clean sheets in the league. Like, they're good enough to not, but it's all about a mentality thing. So keep it shut for the first 15, 20 minutes. Give them something to think about. Hopefully get a little goal in that. And I think the game is on. I think we'll have a really good game on our hands.
I want to ask my tactical captain. Kevin's suggesting that Man United show a little sign. Like, don't just sit there like.
Yeah, no.
What's the phrase? Sitting ducks. Is that the phrase, Omar? Don't sit there.
No sitting ducks around here. Now I was letting them finish. I wanted to interrupt both of them, to be fair.
No, interrupt now. Go on, interrupt me. Do it.
I don't think they're ready for tomorrow. He said the first 15 minutes. I'm thinking the last 15 minutes. Do Man U have the legs to go 120 minutes if needed? It's fine scoring a goal and holding City out, but City put that pressure on in the last 15 minutes. They got quality and depth more than subs allowed in a game. Like, there's still a quality men not coming on the pitch after they used up all these subs. Man U don't have that. So I don't think Man U can go the extra mile like City can.
I agree with that. A lot of our players seem to be missing, and that worries me a lot.
I don't agree.
Y'all got a good 60 minutes in y'all. When I say a good 60 minutes, the reason why I'm saying this, though, because here's the thing. Let's say Man U was up 2-0, 60 minutes in. You guys don't have the depth to hold a team.
No, I think we could, though.
Because City will have all the ball all of the game. So it's not like you're going to be, trying to catch them on a counter when your legs are tired. You've been chasing the game for 75 minutes. It's going to be long, man. So you're putting a lot of emphasis on scoring early and keeping them out. The emphasis
but if we're
controlling the game as well.
Yeah, but if we're up, like, for example, in your situation, if we're up 2-0, right, 60, 75 minutes, whatever, I could see our team holding out, or at least just letting one in, but seeing the game out. Because we've shown, even with tired legs, they can fight through. Like I said, we've had the most clean sheets in the league. We've had, I know we got battered in a few of the games, but our defense has actually been pretty good. That's what our season has been built on, is actually good defense. We don't score a lot of goals. Our whole season has been based, what I feel, on good defense, staying strong and just limiting as much as you can goals coming in. Because we don't have, if Rashford isn't scoring, for example, we don't have a striker and we can't score many goals. So even though we've gotten battered a lot of games, so a few of the games throughout the season, our whole season has been on good defense. So if we're up 2-0 and 60, 75 and they keep on pressing and pushing up and giving many shots, I could still see us seeing out the game, maybe just letting one in, for example, in your scenario for 2-0. I could see it.
But I like bringing up alternative opinions, and Dan's going up to, he goes, you man, like you don't know how derbies work, clueless and sitting there trying to push a hate agenda. I'm trying to work out who we hating here. There's a Liverpool fan host, there's 2 United fans, there's an Arsenal fan. Who's hating who here? I don't get it. We're all giving our forthright opinions. It's weird. This chat's weird, bro. I think go in the shade. Put some lotion on. Go in the shade, bro. You know
no, let me use this comment here. Let me use this comment here and ask a real.
No, you know me. I like bringing these people to shame as well, because they try to come in all, you know. Go on, get.
But off the strength of this guy, since
that was me in the garden.
That was you.
Omar. Let me ask you this question: City win, is Manchester blue?
So you know what? That is a mad question, because I was about you know what? We didn't even plan this, but I'm gonna share something right now that I saw earlier. I already think Manchester is blue, because this is the demographic of Manchester right now. Blue is Man City.
I knew you were going to show this one.
That's fake.
This is Man City.
Wait a minute. Listen, I'm not in Manchester. I gotta ask: would there be more blue shirts than red shirts in the stadium?
So Barry, you know the answer to that. It's gonna be all right.
It's Wembley. It's Wembley, man. The United fans live around the corner, so they're good.
On a serious note, on a serious note, like Man United, they'll always be the big brothers in Manchester. There's no doubt about that, right? I think if you look at what Man United have done for the last 30, up until Ferguson left, in that sort of period, right? And even their sort of history before, it was always their City. I don't think a 10, 15-year period and a treble flips that over. It's going to take it's going to take a period that matches what United did, which was a 30, 40-year period of competing, being at the top. But I wanted to, Kevin, you speak about, like, what if, say, we're 2-0 up or whatever, and you talk about your clean sheet record and everything, yeah? But, like, honestly, when I look at this game, I look at Man City's defense, right? And Man City's defense in the Cups, Champions League run, they play with them 4 centre-backs. Bro, you cannot get past them. You talk about sort of, first of all, how are you going to score goals? Because Martial's gone. The sort of kryptonite to City's defense from United has been Rashford and Martial. So you're already missing half your kryptonite. How do you actually see yourself on like a big cup final at Wembley actually putting some sort of backwards pressure on Man City and not necessarily not crumbling, but actually posing some threat other than a lucky hit or a lucky shot. Because to me, the way City are playing now, I know they've had a bit of a drop off, but there's no doubt these next two games, Pep's going to have them right up. So where do you actually see United threatening City tomorrow?
Well, I agree with you. The way I see it is, that's why I said we need a good little attack. Honestly, the way they're set up, we're going to need some sort of mistake, some sort of just catching them sleeping in a little moment. You know, stop the game, get some free kicks, just slow their pace down, slow their momentum down, and just make it as scrappy as we can, pretty much. Rashford is available, so there's that half of kryptonite. I don't know who's going to start because rumors are Anthony is not going to be fit, but then we have tinted buses apparently going. So there's rumors it could be mind games and maybe Anthony will start. And I think Garnacho will start, and I really wanted him to be on the bench. I see Garnacho as a little bit of a threat. If he starts, though, going against Walker, that's going to be very tough. But honestly, a little bit of luck. That's what we're going to need. A little bit of luck. We need it because they are the better team. If they have their game, if they play at their ability and their best, I don't think there's almost anything we can do. We need us to have a really great game from a lot of players, pretty much the whole team. And we need a little bit of moments here and there from them to either fall asleep, little mistake, a little maybe late tackle, little red card. You know what I mean? We need – it's one of those games where we need everything to go right for us and some things to start going wrong for them. Because if they play at their best, if they play their best game, I don't think we stand a chance. We've seen them go against Madrid, Bayern, Arsenal. When they want to put it on, they'll put it on. So it's not a matter of, if they play their best, we play our best, we got a chance. I think we need to play our best, and we need some things to go right for us and a little bit of luck. And that's why I say it's a cup competition. It's one game, so anything can happen. A little bit of luck, a little bit of maybe a bad referee decision. We saw how the game at Old Trafford went.
There's
a little bit of a controversy.
Before we let you two go, Ducato, give me what do you think your lineup's gonna be?
My lineup, I think it's gonna be, or now what I think, what I'm hoping it's gonna be is I want Rashford in that 9. I wanna see Sancho's gonna have to start. I love Garnacho. Garnacho will have to be our super sub. I think in a game like this, him being only 18 years old is that naivety, that youngness is gonna play a detriment to us. So I would have Rashford up as a 9, Sancho on the right. We might see Bruno on the left if Anthony's not available, but I would go Rashford, Sancho, Bruno. I would have Casemiro, Fred. I don't want McTominay, so I'm gonna go Eriksen, and then Shaw, Varane, Lindelof, and Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka on that right side, I could tell people, like, defensively, if again, knowing that we're not gonna have the ball, I need Bissaka on that right, Shaw on the left, and then Varane, Lindelof, and then the Hyatt in net. But we need legs in our midfield, man. I know Eriksen's slow, but like he has a quality to actually break down the press and play long balls into Rashford and stuff. But to me, the one that we need to step up is Sancho. It's crazy to say, but Sancho has to step up. He's been in good form, but Sancho has to step up.
Well, let's see. I mean, you're not gonna get anyone from here wishing you any luck, so to speak.
Of course not.
But we're gonna sit back.
You guys can't have City winning the treble, leaving your guys close behind.
Listen,
come on, man.
I got a yes or no before we let you guys go.
Go for it.
Because I believe if you forfeit a match, it's basically it's written off like a 3-0. So if you guys get slapped 3-0 in the final, what would the takeaway be? Didn't have luck today, or what?
We'd have to see how the game goes. If we see our players' heads drops, then that's shameful. That's disappointing. And you do not go there and just let yourself get beat up like that. If they get a couple decisions or some wrong decisions go their way, it depends on how the game goes. You know what I mean?
So blame the referees on the card.
It could be. That's what I'm saying.
Me personally, Zaberi, if we get slapped up 3-0, it is going to hurt like crazy because like I don't want City to beat us, but at the same token, it's like you have to look at it. We are missing a lot of our key guys. Martinez, You know, again, stuff like that. So
excuses already is what they're saying.
It's not excuses, but like it's one of those ones where it's just
no. Did you know when we were a lot of our key players are missing, and then he went Martinez, and then he stopped.
Martinez is
That's a lot of players.
Martinez
right there.
is out. Anthony is hurt. There's no Martial.
Martial doesn't count, man.
Martial doesn't count as a key.
Martial, you've been missing Martial for 7 years. You've been missing Martial for 7 years.
I made them out with the excuses early.
Listen, in 77, we stopped the powerhouse, or is it 87? One of those two, but we stopped Liverpool from winning that treble. United, no one expected us to win, and we did it. Tomorrow, no one expects United to do it, but we're going to do it. And I'm telling you, when we do it,
go and have fun, man.
All I want an apology from Grizz.
Nah, you ain't getting no shit apology, man.
I want an apology.
You will get airtime. Listen, you will get airtime.
No, I want an apology. I want an apology. I said we're making up forward here, Grizz.
All right, so let's make it a fair trade. Make it a fair trade. Okay. No excuses then.
Okay, no excuses. No excuses. If we lose, I'll hold my head. I'll hold my head up and say, "You guys were right. You know, we got a long way to go, but if we do win, that's 2 trophies and Ten Hag's first.
We talk soon. We talk when you do. We talk when you do.
This guy,
the cartel,
guys,
Kevin.
I love
look after yourselves. We're gonna keep it moving.
Have a great day, guys.
Take it easy. Yo.
Same to you guys. Take care.
Thank you, lads.
Wait, will that really be 2 trophies in his first season?
Are you stupid? Of course it was gonna be. I'm sweating inside. I don't want to show it.
No. I'm sweating already. That's why I'm
sweating.
Man's
gonna do Klopp comparisons last season.
Klopp comparisons. No, they did it with Arteta. I can't do this.
They're starting with Ten Hag soon. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Obviously I want Man United to lose, but I hope it's not a battering. Like I hope it's a close game. It's entertaining. I can't be bothered to sit there and it's like 3-0 cup final and it's just finished.
Let's bring in Ben to the building. Ben's in the building. Ben don't want to speak about no Manchester derby and Man United versus.
I do have one solid question for Ben though.
Okay,
Ben, how you been,
want to
start?
You want to start like this way?
Yeah, I kind of just want to flow into the same narrative, man, because during this season, 87% of the season, yes, I was running the numbers. Arteta was being dragged up with Klopp. I've mentioned him not to back Arteta, but what I don't want, Grizz, is to start next season with Ten Hag stats and Klopp stats. Ben, would that stats be premature or you think will be justified against our main guy?
Kevin says it'll be a treble if we get there. He goes, if we win the Bangkok trophy,
they won it, yeah.
First of all, what I will say on that is I did a tweet a few months ago saying this could be the worst year of our life. Arsenal winning the league, City winning the Champions League, United winning the FA Cup. At least Arsenal aren't winning the league, so that's that tipped off. So that we can sleep. You know, he's not matched, but yeah, he's not matched Klopp. Sorry, so that's good to know at least. But I came on for 3 reasons. First of all, I saw Ohms and below, and I wanted to reunite the Young Bucks one more time.
Okay.
Guys,
Thursday nights.
I know. I was looking at
you can, even if you wanted to, you can't even do first nights.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
it's going to be post-match carnage.
These 2 guys here. Yeah, I was just thinking Ohms last season. They were the days, mate. We used to sit there dishing it out to everyone. No one could talk to us, bro. Nobody could even open their mouths. These guys were in Europa. In fact, were they even?
No, they wasn't.
Probably were. At the time. I can't remember. We were winning every game. We had
a League Cup final preview, FA Cup final preview, Champions League Young Bucks. Oh, it was amazing. And then now look at us.
And then this guy's here, look like he's wearing Stone Island, getting the badge in. Well, Bilal, let me tell you, we'll see you in the knockouts of Europa because that's where you're going. You're doing a Sevilla, mate. You ain't going to win the Champions League. So you're like, you know what? We'll be best off if we finish 3rd and we'll just go into the Europa League. That's what's going to happen.
Not a chance. Listen, we got lucky. We got sneaked into pot 2, man. So if we're in pot 3, I might have not brought the badge. But I know I'm in pot 2, so I know I should be good to get out of the group.
I don't think that matters whether you're pot 2 or 3. You're still going to get a pot 1 team, and pot 2 and 3 are similar standard.
Listen, bring me Bayern, bring me Barcelona, bring me
all of them. We know how that ends.
I want Bayern. Hopefully, I'm praying. I'm praying.
Oh, is it because
last time you played Barcelona?
No, but I think he wants redemption. Is that why you're saying you want Bayern?
all sorts. I've been fighting
Well,
Bayern
let me
fans.
tell
They
you,
think-
right? Let
they
me
think
just
they
tell you
can sign
this.
Rice. They ain't got the pool. Let me slap them as well in the Champions League. I need that.
Below. Let me just tell you something.
Nah, I thought Bilal went through 7 stages of grief and delusion and all that.
Our
Man
fans,
just
right?
went back to number
Our
4.
fans for the last 5 years, right? Below, I'm talking to you directly now.
Yeah,
I've been saying, "Bring me Real Madrid." I tell them to stop. Stop it. Stop saying that sentence. There's no revenge mission. There never
Don't
will be
say
a
that,
revenge
man.
mission. Stop saying. And you're doing the same thing with Bayern Munich. We know how it will end. Below. Don't
No.
say
We beat Bayern. I was there. Giroud, Ozil. We've been slapping them, man. Listen, they got lucky. Little 5-1s. They got lucky. Red cards.
Little 5-1s.
Referee again.
Little
No.
5-1s.
They got lucky.
Nah.
No. They real talk. Especially one of the fight was one of the luckiest. It wasn't a game at that point. So
What do
okay,
you
fair
mean
enough.
lucky,
Yeah.
bro? The
Lucky.
legs
No,
ended
lucky.
like 10-0, bro.
No. That was if you watch the games and you know it was lucky.
Listen, there was eye test that
Listen, at that point, right? We went second leg. Okay, second leg. This is our last Champions League game as well. 5-1 to Bayern, right? And the second leg, we went 1-0 up. We were winning. We were dominating Bayern. But then Koscielny gets sent off. The minute Koscielny gets sent off, then Lewandowski scored. It's like 6-2 on aggregate. The team just. I left after 3-1. I still haven't seen the last 2 goals, but. Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to get.
What will you be happy with in the Champions League, Below?
What I'll be happy with? Big result.
realistically.
Okay, no, because I can't say just to win it. Obviously,
Yeah.
being in the Champions League. So yeah, happy to obviously try get revenge against the teams like Bayern. I want to play the big games. I want to play the Barcelonas. You talk about Real Madrid. We never really get Real Madrid. I think the last time we played them was when Henry, slapped them up, at the Bernabeu. So I just need to get that one in there. But yeah, I just want us. Quarterfinals would be a decent result because over the years when we were in the Champions League, we kept getting knocked out the round of 16. So if you can get to the quarterfinals, I'd say that's decent progress for the first season back in the Champions League.
Fair enough. This makes me feel sick talking about this, but it is what it is. It's where we are, and we deserve to be where we are as well. Like I see people knock the Europa League, like we can't knock it. This is what we deserve. That we had a bad season. This is what we get, and I was thinking about it the other day, and every single one of our rivals, apart from Man City, every other club has had a spell in the Europa League. All of them. City, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs aren't really a rival, but they've been in it. So it's like this is our first time now. Since Klopp came in, obviously we was in the Europa League because of what happened before him. But in 7 years, this is our first time in it. And I know people will knock it. That's fine. But for me, it's in Dublin. It's a nice little local final. It's only like an hour on a plane. I'm not going to say the sentence that Klopp said last year about hotels, but we're in it, and I want to win it because obviously I was what 5 when we won it before. I don't really remember it. It's the only trophy that Klopp hasn't won, so I don't want to take it seriously. I don't want to do Arsenal and try and put our eggs into every basket and then end up with no trophies. But if we can go and win it, why not? So
I'm only gonna
should win it.
I'm only gonna consider the final if I don't see Sevilla finish 3rd in their Champions League group. All right.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Because
you know what else is gonna happen, Holmes? Real Madrid will probably go into it as well, knowing
Real Madrid and Sevilla, and then we'll get them.
Ben,
yeah.
Listen, man, Ben, big up yourself, bro. But you said Real Madrid twice, bro.
No, I just mean it will be our luck for them.
It's not our luck, bro. The way you said it as well, it's almost like it's written in the stars.
It's
like,
the most
that man are like, Liverpool is down there. Let's go down there.
Bilal, if you want to see what the latter stages of grief look like, just look at Ben right now.
This is it,
He's still thinking about Real Madrid.
No, Real Madrid. I don't think Liverpool fans should be allowed to say Real Madrid. I think that should not. We should just be like the team with no name because, bro, if we say them too much, they appear. And when they appear, we're like revenge. Bilal, we never get it. So be careful when you wish. Bilal, I'm telling you.
Not gonna lie, you guys, Liverpool fans have been weirdly unlucky in the sense that you guys have been really good over the last few years, but then you've come up against Man City in the Premier League, who have been like, we've never seen this before. And then in the Champions League, you face the weirdest Real Madrid teams like ever. So it's been like
the thing is though, like the first one, 17-18, I don't think anyone really expected to win that. I think we were just happy to kind of be there. But last season, I think there was the expectation, okay, now we are that level. Now you go out and win it. And the way the game panned out, obviously everything that happened pre-game, it was just a weird one for me. And I think we probably should have done more, should have won the game. But it is what it is. We'll win Europa and we'll be back next year. But
My
before I
man.
go off, obviously there's more people in there. I just wanted to say the third reason why I came on, Grizz, is to say congrats to you, mate, pushing 30k. I just did a tweet on TAT to try help.
I
you
just
push
see
over
it,
the line,
man. Big up, respect to the Anfield Talk. Do you know what? Check this out. I know the original owner of the Anfield Talk really, really well. And how I know the because obviously the original guy who made the Anfield Talk account, I don't know what it was called when he had it, because I remember it must have been Anfield Talk, because I've got his name under, I won't reveal his name, Anfield Talk in brackets.
Oh.
Wow, what a small world. And now Anfield Talk, for me, just my personal opinion, each to their own, is the go-to place for Liverpool news. How'd you say that word? I always struggle. Aggregators. Aggregators.
Ooh, Twitter
Aggregators.
friend.
Yeah. No, I'm being real. I've always said it. For me, they're the go-to website or account for any LFC news. You want to catch up on LFC news on the day you missed it, either tune into the Daily Grizz during the summer
and subscribe as well.
Or go check out Anfield Talk. So yeah, man, respect to you guys for that, man, and you're doing great work. It's good to see you've got your account back.
Yeah, man.
Because you went through that Bilal 7 stage of despair and grief as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you lost your account. Bro. Yo, what, we got some weirdos in the chat.
Yeah, Mike Wheeler. Man, it's Friday night.
Oh man! All right.
But just to let you know, mate, I got a live subscriber count up. You're 104 away, mate. So
104. Okay.
Make sure.
Can we do it? Can we do it? I might just go all night until I get that. You know,
shall I make some accounts for you, mate?
Looks like there's enough tonight, bro. Look at these bots in the chat, man. But big up yourself, Ben, man. Wicked. We're gonna catch up real soon, man. Yeah, man. Listen, I told you lot, plan something, man. Bring back Young Bucks, man. Do something. Wait, man.
Can I ask Ben one question before, because it'd only be right. What is your ideal window for Liverpool? What would be like?
All the players we've been linked with, mate.
Ideal or realistic?
Realistic and ideal. So I'm gonna say I assume I'm gonna say four. The rumor is 3 to 4 players. So I'll say 4 players. 4 players.
Yeah.
I assume midfielders and defenders.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do
something I'm happy with Macallister, Kone, Thuram, and then one of the centre backs, because I've never asked for superstars. Obviously Mbappe and Bellingham, yeah, of course we dreamed about those guys once upon a time, but I know that as long as we have owners that are going to put in more of those £50 million, I call it the sweet spot with us. We always hit that sort of 45, £50 million mark. I just want those guys, mate. As long as we keep bringing those guys into the club, those ones that are like 23, 24, that have that potential, I'm happy. I'm not going to complain. So, yeah, those guys that have been linked, if we can get those done, I'll be more than happy, mate.
Anfield Talk, while we're on it, Anfield Talk have just retweeted, tweeted. Do you want to bring it up? So the future of Ryan Gravenberch is now uncertain. Thomas Tuchel has to show the player a clear plan and perspective. Otherwise, a move to England will be a possibility, with Liverpool the most interested. And it's from Kerry Hall, who's a chief reporter of Sport One. Very, very connected to Bayern news, especially for Bayern news. And you already know I have said, the link's not pinned. I saw that out. In the meantime? But yeah, there you go. I've been told we actually made a bid for Ryan Gravenberch over a week ago. It was refused out of hand, but this link won't go away. So when Jurgen Klopp said there will be some issues or some players that we may have to wait until the end of the window for, etc., this is, I believe, just my opinion, one of those situations where we were going to keep a keen eye, because Jurgen Klopp's a massive fan of this guy, and so is Pep Linders. I have mixed opinions on him. I don't know if you guys want to give an opinion on him. I think he's got the potential. I'm not sure. I'd prefer the other two right as of now because of the profile. But as I said, it's not about my opinion. Captain, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm not really impressed, I'll be honest. I think everything we do now is going to be under this rebuild banner. And I think when you've been here for 7 years, this level of rebuild just shows signs of negligence. Because we're not rebuilding a Champions League team, we're rebuilding a Europa League team that we hope can kick on into Champions League. So it's too many steps back for me personally. And if this guy ain't stepping it up at Bayern the way he should have, then what makes us think he's going to do it at Liverpool? You know, so it's almost like that Naby thing. Getting Naby, there was always that attitude problem with him. There was always that injury thing looming over him. And sure enough, the injury thing screams big in England. Not much of an attitude, so we can say, yeah, Naby checked the attitude box as far as improvement. But the injuries, Jesus Christ, stepped it up. So I can see him coming at Liverpool and just it's going down instead of going up. The only players that's gone up are players that actually look like they were already on the up, like your Alisson, your VVD, Salah. These are players that's on the up. Mane, they were on the up. We've never gotten a player that's starting to show a little sign of drop off or decline or out of favor. They've never come here and stepped it up. You know, Balotelli, he was on the dropping off from City. He came, just dropped off more. I think he's in that same category personally.
Just before I go, somebody, in fact, it's Josh. You may have seen him pop up on your Twitter over the last.
You can chill for a little while. You can chill for a little while, Ben. You have to go.
Cool. Josh has just said in a group chat that he shares the same agent as Thuram. I'm not sure.
As Kefren Thuram.
Yeah. So maybe it will, it's him or him kind of situation.
Oh, I heard Schmuckter's son, or whatever his name is, George Schmuck. His son is the sporting director.
Did you just call him George Schmuck?
Look, he's a schmuck to me until he gets them signings in. Yeah, he's a schmuck to me until he gets them signings in. But I'm
Fair enough.
His son is now the sporting director of Mönchengladbach.
That's some sort of like Man City deal thing, that isn't it? Like,
apparently, he's a very good scout. Apparently, he's got a very good eye for talent. Apparently, he's the real deal, his son. But if that's the case, it can only help, let's just say, negotiation. It can't, and it wouldn't hinder. Even if some people would suggest that most of the bulk work would be done with the previous people in charge, that would only help. We also know they're in a massive, massive mess, Mönchengladbach. Massive mess financially. Loads of players going on freeze, just badly run. They've lost their coach today, Daniel Farke. Remember him?
He's a good coach. Well, I like him, to be fair.
You can have him then, bro. If you could, I don't know what's he done.
I don't know. I just used to like the way his Norwich teams were playing. I liked his interviews. He sounds like Gundogan. He sounds exactly the same as Gundogan. It's mad. Like when I was listening, I was like, "What's going on here?" But yeah,
you like the driest dons. You like the driest dons. You see something in everyone. It's an admirable trait.
Right? You know what? That's a great point, Holmes. That's a great point, and that's a great trait. He's right. Because I wish I was as nice as you, Bilal. Because Bilal is a bad boy. He's got. How did you describe it, Holmes?
He's dry. He sees the best in the driest people. He sees the best in, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but Bilal, you're a top guy for that.
I can tell a good guy, man. He seems like a good guy. Hopefully tomorrow don't get in trouble when I see some mad headline. But yeah, he seems like a good guy.
Daniel.
But Manu Kone for me, out of Gravenberch, Kefren Thuram, Macallister, Manu Kone, for me, again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. For me, is probably the least talented. But for me, is probably the best suited what I want profile-wise. Do you get it? Like there is a difference. There can be two different separate things here. So I want someone who's gonna win every single duel. Because someone just tweeted a picture, a little video of our game against Man City when we beat him 2-0 in the title-winning season at Anfield. Gini, Fabinho, and Henderson were like possessed animals in that game. They won every single duel, and I missed that Liverpool. And for me, Kone would bring that in abundance. He may not be as good as Gravenberch and Macallister and Thuram on the ball. He may not be as graceful running with the ball as some of them. But for me, everyone knows, or I don't know if everyone knows, but my go-to guy, game changer, would have been Moises Caicedo. Now, apparently, the story that it goes is if we had, don't shoot the messenger, but if we had got top 4, we would have pushed 100% for Moises Caicedo. But the fact we didn't get top 4, we didn't. It's a silly excuse. It's not a valid excuse.
Is it just money or because Chelsea are going in for him?
I know, no, but we operate differently. Innit? We operate differently. It's a weird way of operating, but it is what it is. But for me, Manu Kone is probably a very easy deal to do if we wish to pursue that. So Manu Kone, I don't know what you guys think of Manu Kone. Neutral. Bilal, what do you think? Like if Gravenberch and Manu Kone, let's just say, hypothetically, there's a choice to be made. Same price, roughly.
Same price.
Roughly.
Okay. The thing is, Gravenberch is the sexier name. You know, he's a bigger name. He's the guy from Ajax. He's the guy that was coming with all this potential. I know Zub was saying about, he's maybe like on the decline because he's not been really playing at Bayern. But at the end of the day, if Klopp sees him as a player that he can use, he can transform him. We've seen the likes of Odegaard, for example. Here's the best example. Coming from Real Madrid to Arsenal, he was not really in the plans of Ancelotti at the time. And was it Zidane at the time, actually? I think it was Zidane, then Ancelotti, I can't remember. But yeah, Odegaard's obviously come to Arsenal. We've seen how he's developed as a player. Gravenberch, the same thing. He could do the same at Liverpool. Manu Kone, as Grizz, you're saying, I can see him just going to Liverpool, just getting a job done. And I think that's the thing you probably like about him. He's not going to be the I want to do this X Factor sort of thing, the Hollywood pass, like Gravenberch, the long shot. Manu Kone is going to come in and just do a job. I've seen him play for Gladbach a few times, and the times I've seen the way he's just carried the ball, how strong he is when he runs with the ball, and how determined he is when he does, not have the ball. So he's someone who I could see definitely, playing for Liverpool. Even when you were linked with guys like Lima as well, that was a good little link there as well. Obviously,
who's actually going to Bayern now.
Going to Bayern. Exactly.
Gravenberch needs to recognize. Yeah, Lima's joined Bayern.
Yeah. So it's those sort of players. You do need them in the midfield, and now the fact that you've got Macallister, I think you can afford to get a player like Kone because
we've got Macallister below. Do you know?
I was waiting for the confirmation.
Like, sorry.
Should we get the
it looks likely.
Bilal has a banging point in terms of if you look at assuming Macallister comes, right? If he doesn't come, I don't know. I'll never have a hot take again or something. Yeah, whatever. Assuming we get a Macallister type player, and we have Trent in there already now, you need them sort of people that facilitate it and act as like the perfect sort of is it Foys? Like guys who can do the stuff. Basically, guys who do the donkey yards and the hard work and sort of can keep it neat and tidy while you got Macallister, Trent, these sort of guys, Gakpo coming in there, sort of creating the magic. So yeah, I completely agree. He's a sort of perfect profile we need. It's just I don't watch the Bundesliga enough to make an opinion on him. But I saw a comp, and the last time I saw a comp from a promising player in the Bundesliga tearing it up was Naby Keita, and look how he turned out. I need to go
on that point. I know Grizz has his point or his favorite out of the bunch. On your point though, that's where I'm standing because I'm using the same analogy you're using and the same way of looking at it. Where assuming a Macallister type player comes in with Trent, the best player to bring in would be to run. And the point you're going on about, these are the people that won't be the highlight reels. There's no stat to match or collect on what they do because they do the backroom stuff. Like what Genie did, there's no real stat on that because he's usually the pass before the pass or the press before the tackle. There's no stat on that. That's where I think a guy like Thuram comes in.
Genie won out him. It was always a thing. Oh, sorry, go on.
Very quickly, no. I just want to be before I get clipped up and said, because Captain does this to me and I do it back to him as well. He knows this. I didn't say that Thuram Kone is my favorite. Okay, I didn't say that. Don't try to do those ones to me, right? So don't.
I don't know, man. You named four guys.
You do know. No, you do know.
Talented, but the one we need.
Yeah, you do know. You do know.
Anyways, all right. Yeah. So let me retract that. Basically.
It's what we need for the team. I said, Thuram is my favorite.
Right. So you said Kone is what we need for the team. I'm saying Thuram is what we need for the team.
That's fine.
So basically, I'm saying what you're saying. Maybe I worded it wrong.
That's
but
cool.
I think Thuram is the guy we actually need. The guy that's gonna be the press before the tackle. The guy that's gonna be the pass before the assist. Doing that donkey yards according to what you're saying, Omar. And for the price, I think it's the right price, man. When we're looking at all the available
it's
names,
definitely what Ben said, the sweet spot. We love the 30 to 40 million pound.
But here's the thing with the sweet spot, though, Ben. Correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of people say, I'm FSG and all that good stuff. I think the sweet spot comes down to, I think we know our level. When I mean level, I'm talking business-wise, pool-wise. Because I've always said, Klopp don't have the level of pool that us Liverpool fan gives him. Like, a lot of players are choosing other teams over Liverpool, and the easiest way to shun that is, we weren't willing to give him the money, and it's like the structure we have would be ridiculous to buy let's say a 22-year-old player and put him on 300 when we have Trent, and Trent is not on 300. So that don't really make sense. So you can't then blame the owners for not giving that 22-year-old the 300. So right now we're in a weird spot where a lot of our deals can actually get hijacked because players would choose a Champions League team over us. So if Jurgen Klopp has pool, this would be the window for him to exercise said pool.
Well, a few teams have supposedly, what we've read, have been in for Macallister, and he seems to want us. Obviously the Mason Mount one was a bit weird all summer long or whatever long. We've been told that from the most reliable of journalists as well, like that Liverpool front runners, he wants to go to Liverpool, and all of a sudden he's United bound. So
no, but that's look with the Mason Mount one. Very quickly. I'm so sorry about it.
That's cool.
But with the Mason Mount one, it's very, very similar to the Jadon Sancho one. Jadon Sancho, we were there. We were there for him. But they came in and blew us away with 250 grand. We know how that ended up. He chose the wages, and they've done the same with Mason Mount.
I don't think anyone's bothered about that.
We had offered him 175. That was mad offer from us in the first place. He was very happy with that. His agent father was at Anfield in January. Everything was look rosy. And then you know what Man United do, innit? Man United do what desperados do.
Out, to be fair, though.
And so therefore they've done 250 grand and they're willing to pay obscene amounts, which hasn't been agreed yet, by the way.
I didn't know we were in for Jadon. Did we pull up to the airport with the sign in the Toyota Corolla and then he just went in a G-Wagon?
That's how we do, innit? That's how we do.
Bella, I see you laughing, What kind of vehicle Arteta got over there, man?
Arteta's got, I don't know, something that kidnaps players, man. He hypnotizes these players that he's talking to, from what I've heard.
Two super chats that I want to get into. Guys, can one of you check? Have I not pinned the link?
Let me double check.
Is it not pinned?
Let me check.
Some people are saying that's not pinned.
I'm not seeing it, Yeah.
No wonder we're not getting no callers in. I'm thinking, what's going on, man? I ain't linked. I thought I pinned
Grizz,
it.
You're rusty, man. Stretch out, man.
Rusty, I'm hella crusty. Listen, Mo says Grizz, Fabio Carvalho plus 35 million for Sabozolai. Quick round of opinion, thoughts around the table.
Sad for Fabio, but cash it in. I like that Sabo. I like that guy. I can't even say his name. Say it again, Grizz. Sabozolai. Hey, he ain't lying. He got quality.
Bilal, neutral.
Fabio. So let me read that. Fabio plus 35 million for Who in the world's accepting that?
No, that's a good deal. Don't do that, Bilal.
Fabio Carvalho.
That's robbery, to be fair.
He's too much.
He's got a release clause of what, 70 million? That's barely.
No chance. Like even now, Dani Olmo just signed a new deal with Leipzig. He's got a 60 million release clause. And Nkunku's leaving. Probably, I think, it's a similar price. Szoboszlai, the way his hype was when he came from Salzburg to Leipzig, even at the time Arsenal wanted him, and he went to Leipzig instead. This kid here. Listen, minimum, I think 60, 70 million will get him. I think Newcastle or someone will probably just jump in and sign him at some point.
Can I just say as well, these swap deals, when was the last time we saw one of these deals? Like, everyone always says it, like, ex-player for this, it's people were playing like career mode. I never see these, unless somebody can give me an example.
The only time it's happened is between two corrupt clubs.
Was the Mkhitaryan and Sanchez a swap deal?
That one was, I think, yeah.
Yeah, but I see these down bad clubs doing down bad business. Like this is just makes sense.
Well, yeah. Let me just say one thing on
Pjanic and the other one.
I'll jump off. I think the way he's been treated, for whatever reason, we don't know the ins and outs. We don't know what happens on the training pitch. But from what it seems like, I just feel like bringing him on for a minute when we're getting battered 4-1 and stuff like that, I think it's been kind of cruel, to be fair. He's not been given a chance when I feel like there's been opportunities for him this season. And if he does want to leave, if we can get a good fee, 20 mil, I think that would be a reasonable price to say he's barely played. I think that, we should probably think, you know what, we tried something, didn't really work, double the money, let him kick on his career. Because I hate it when young players get held hostage by the clubs. It's not right.
See, Ben's one of those. Ben's one of those like Bill. He's a good guy. He's one of those.
Can I interject though, Grizz? Can I interject? Because I feel like Grizz,
you're gonna come with a harsh take.
No.
Do it. No, do it. Ben is gonna come with a harsh take. I'm just telling you.
I think
Grizz, a big generational like.
Yeah, Grizz, you're at the high end of the spectrum. We're gonna say what spectrum. Ben, you might be on the lower end. I'm probably somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna have to side with Grizz because Grizz had a take, right? And when he said it, I was like, nah, that makes sense. When these young guys come to a club like Liverpool, people in the chat, Liverpool, yeah, there's levels, big man settings, the little boy settings. Yeah, you tearing up the little boy stuff. Yeah, you got a little potential. But, bro, you're gonna have to sit down for a minute, bro. It's not about you. It's about the big man them. Obviously, the big man them wasn't performing. But I don't think this year has really been that criminal. Giving them a minute here, there. I don't think it's been that criminal. I think giving them more minutes in the season is more of a detriment to us and the manager, saying, yeah, we'll basically give up. That's why we're running this little kid like this. We've never really needed him. He's a kid, man. Let him chill out for a minute or two. Bro, Curtis has been in the wings for like 3-4 years.
We go
3-4 years and never got 10 minutes.
Stefan didn't do badly, did he?
No. But Stefan was because the injury and Fab was just done. Fab checked out, left the bags in the supermarket, the whole 9 yards. So we needed Stefan to come in there. But we never really needed Carvalho to step in. You see what I'm saying? You see if Henderson wasn't handling and running around and we just really needed him, I think we would have given him that. But we never really needed him. There's no need to put that pressure on him to be like, oh, well, he's not really worth it in a season when we're not performing. So I think this season it's not great because he probably thought he's coming into a cold Liverpool team and the team wasn't really as cold as he thought it would have been. So it's just one of them ones, man. I don't think it's an injustice. So I'm siding with Grizz. It's a little boy, man. Sit down for a year or two. We'll figure out something new. And we'll go again. If he doesn't want to sit down, then yeah, man, throw 35 mil on him. Get Sabazalai, whatever his name is. Bilal, don't diss the deal. Don't try to hijack it. I think it's a cool deal, man. If they want more, we'll sprinkle a little more. But we got to go on low and work our way up, man.
Fair enough. You know what, Fabio? Oh, no, go on.
I was just going to say, you guys are, like, for me, I'm not even on the spectrum for this deal. Like, why do we need Sabazalai? Like, isn't he the last thing we need right now? Or am I missing?
No, if we're going for Mason Mount, then obviously he's not the last person that we need right now. If we're looking for that profile of player, Sabazalai is a very good attacking midfielder, clean striker of the ball. I don't think we need him per se. I agree with you. Like, he wouldn't be priority. But if there is a deal to be done of that ilk, I think he's more suited to us than Fabio, unfortunately, even though I rate Fabio. That's the reason why. By the way, the link is pinned now, and obviously I know because the studio is suddenly full now, so it's my bad. I've actually managed to pin. I was thinking, yo, man, you guys have dropped, man. Nobody wants to speak to you lot. You lot have fallen, man. Great. You know what I mean? Now the studio is full and people are trying to hop in. So Ben, we're gonna keep it real.
Yeah,
pleasure as always. Big up yourself.
Always, yeah, big up,
sort out, man. Get with the boys, man. Get the young bucks.
I'll drop home a message on WhatsApp.
Function something, man. Let's do something. All right, in a bit, Ben.
Big up, boys. Take care.
All the best.
See you later,
Take care, man.
Diallo's
in the building. He says, "Salam, Mr. Grizz. Sorry, I missed the opportunity to call. It's been a while. Not your fault, bro. Me and Captain have been slacking. Okay, me. Miss my guy Zuberi. I miss him too, you know. Hope you get the miles in and keeping healthy."
Yeah, I slacked on the water, you know, but I definitely upped the Guinness and Dragon intake. So in the eyes of a Jamaican, it balances out itself, man. Balances out itself.
Oh, shit. But yeah, listen, we're gonna start getting some more and more callers in because there's hella callers coming in now. What have I done? Okay, how do I do this? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Where's my comments gone, man?
They're still there.
No, I've mashed up. Okay, no, you guys. All right, who's next? Tom Mizzy is in the building. Let's get Tom Mizzy. He's been waiting a little while. Tom Mizzy, how are you, my brother? Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah. The last time I spoke to Chris was not on the stream, but on the
last time I spoke to, of course, last time I speak to Tom Mizzy was in a Luton, next to Luton Station in a Costa Caf. My brother Tom Mizzy came out. We caught up in real life. This is what I love about this platform. It's not only online and this and that. You can make real friends, communities, relations. So big up, Tom Mizzy. It was a pleasure seeing you, my bro.
Yeah, it's an honor. And yeah, big up to Zubri, Omar, Bilal.
Hey, big up, man. I'm a bit jealous still. You and Grizz linked up in person before me, man.
You already know I'm coming over, Captain. You ain't got nothing to be jealous
about. Nah, man. Tom Mizzy's my guy, man. I thought me and Tom Mizzy's gonna link up still.
Yeah, that 30K bag is different.
We will.
You know, man. Come on, you nice, man.
No, big up Tom Mizzy, man. I see your boy Daichi on the free, but I'm not hearing no rumors. I'm a bit offended. We should be linked with that guy, man.
Yeah, I know, but we'll see what happens. You know, it's a big step still. You know, for
okay.
Milan. It's a big step, but you know, it'll be an interesting transfer on that. And speaking of transfer, I just want to say my piece on it, because we haven't the transfer window hasn't opened yet, so rightly so, and you know, behind the scenes, has been reported, has been said everywhere that Klopp is getting busy, especially this summer. So my personal take is I'm gonna keep it calmer, relax until the official unveil at AXA. So whoever is in it, I'll just back them. And like Omar has been mentioned, that realistic, or shall I say ideal signings for the summer. I would say I'm intrigued. If that's the case, the three signings, Thuram, Kone, and Alexis, shall I say, or Macallister, the chemistry is an intrigue one to me, because I think it's Bundesliga, and then Alexis is one where I think that it's his first ever season at Prem, and he's proven, and at a big stage, especially the World Cup, he shines, and it's embedding for the second season, especially when our system with Trent as inverted. If that is the case, it'll be an interesting one to see how it gels. You know what I'm saying? So from defense to attack. From what I see, it's gonna be more of a counter attack rather than
controlling
ball possession and controlling. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see. But there's gonna be a preseason, so
how do you? But can I ask one question?
Absolutely.
Maybe it's open to all of you lot.
Right.
Does it matter if your team is a counter-attacking team or a ball possession team or a mixture of both? Do you really care about not so much style but philosophy? Because you can play counter-attacking football real stylistically. You can play possession football real stylistically. It's more of a philosophy than a style, right? And does it really matter? Because I believe Liverpool were at their best in that. Well, I don't know. I'll leave it out. We won the league. We won a possession-based team.
Liverpool.
It's sticky, man. Go ahead, Omar, and then I'll jump in.
Liverpool, for me, like, first of all, if you look at the big teams, if you look at Liverpool, they're always going to dominate possession in 80-90% of games. I think the philosophy at all the top clubs, they know you win the majority of your games when you have the majority of the ball. So, like, if you want to talk about counter-attack possession, it's about what you do in the big games, right? If you go toe-to-toe with Man City and try and keep the ball against them, yeah, whatever. You've got to adapt. Liverpool, they were best between 2018 and 2020, where we weren't scoring that many goals. People forget we were winning 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, whatever. We were barely scoring 4-5 a game. But the level of control we had on games in terms of being defensively solid. We had people in midfield who could retain the ball. And then we had people like Firmino who could sort of link up play. It was so hard to beat us. There's a reason we got, I don't know how many, like 108 out of 113, 112 points or whatever, something stupid like that. It's because the control we had in a game was ridiculous. And if you look at teams that have made runs, deep runs, like Man City, like Liverpool, in terms of winning 15 games on the bounce, it's because they've always got the large amount of possession and I guess control in a game, and they don't concede that many chances. It's basically statistics, it's maths, it's percentages. If you concede more chances, you're likely to concede more goals. Thank God we've got Alisson, who statistic-wise must be clear as the best 1v1 sort of big chances stopped goalkeeper in the world. So thank God we've got him. But equally, when we were in our pomp, and when Van Dijk was sort of leading that line, Alisson, he was getting called upon maybe 2-3 times a game, not 2-3 times a game, not 4, 5, 6 times a game. So for me, control, like, you can control in different ways, but at the end of the day, you have to be able to control as many games as you can in terms of keeping the ball away from the opposition and being able to sort of pin them back into their own half. Because it's percentages. The more time you spend in someone else's half, the more shots you're going to get, the more chances you're going to get, the less time they're going to go up the other end and score. So you've got I think if you want to be a serious winning team, and it's the philosophy that pretty much every top team has now. If you look at Arsenal this season, the way they were able to control the ball and deny the opposition, starve the opposition of the ball, I think if you're able to find a way of playing football that does that, and it could come in 2 or 3 different ways, then you're good.
Yeah, Tom, was there something else, Tom, that you wanted to touch upon?
Oh yeah, another thing is whoever the center back we're linked with, I just one of my wish criteria is an aerial threat that I want actually, like an Ibu type of signing. You know what I'm saying? So whoever it is, we need that aerial threat back.
Let's go and get even though he's not great in the air, apparently reading his stats, but height-wise, physicality-wise, let's go and get the left-footed Ibu Konate in that German fella, Mickey van der Ven or something, you know what I mean? So an absolute beast. The other one, Jurien Timber, more of a footballer, but if you're looking for the Ibu replacement, he's no Ibu replacement. He's a footballer. He's more of a Joe Gomez, I would say, even shorter, really, But yeah, Tom Izzy, always a pleasure, my bro.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep
big up to everyone. Yeah,
look after yourself, my bro. Take care.
Take care.
Matthew says, Grizz, you ain't getting Declan Rice. I know that. Who? Like I've already told Bilal, go and get his t-shirt printed. Bilal, have you got it printed? What are you saying?
I'm not taking the risk yet. I've been down this road. Next week I might buy it though.
Bilal's anti-hot takes, you know.
we got Kyle in the building. Kyle, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, also Grizz. Yeah, I'm good.
Good to hear from you. How's things, man? What you want to talk about, bro?
Bruh, I've got a massive game tomorrow, man. No confidence, G. Like,
wait, who's this? Wait, hold on, because this is confusing me. I know it's Man U, but like you got Real Madrid. I thought, which game are Real Madrid playing tomorrow? Who's that? Is that Casemiro or Ronaldo on your profile picture?
No, that's that, bro. That has been the profile picture for a while now. I've not changed it.
Change it up, my brother. Change it up. You got big game tomorrow. Back your boy. I want to see a picture of Weghorst or something.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Funny enough, I do expect him to start tomorrow, bro.
Really? Okay. Take it away. I'm back in 2 seconds, boys. Handle this business.
Yeah. Nah, Kyle, break that down. So I think you should start with your starting 11 because we heard Ducato and Kevin, and none of them mentioned Weghorst. And are you a Weghorst champion, man, or what's going on?
No, bro. I mean, Weghorst, bro. I never want to see that guy again. But I think he's gonna start because Martial and Anthony are injured, so I do expect Weghorst to start. To be honest, if I'm being honest, I think our front three will be Rashford, Weghorst, and Sancho. So that's like meaty lineup.
Can I try and go out of a limb? Omar, don't judge me. Grizz in here. Bilal, be quiet. Don't bring this back up. Weghorst for the work rate, not Bobby Firmino-esque, but the way he works in the front, you guys gonna need that because you don't want a lone striker against City. He's just gonna be isolated. So a guy like Weghorst running back, doing the hard yards, dropping deep, Weghorst in the 6, trying to play out from the DM and center mid position. It kind of works, and it could be the thing that kept City off guard. I'm not saying Weghorst for the winner, but the work rate is needed. And I think out of all your attacking option, Weghorst is probably the guy that runs the most and do the most work. So
yeah, but
you might have a point.
I think the problem with Weghorst is that's the only thing he offers, basically. Because a guy that's 6 foot and you have him and Gavi jumping to get the ball, and Gavi is the one getting the ball. That almost sums it basically sums it up. That's like he's so horrible. The only thing, and he's pressing, he does press, but I mean, he just runs ragged, like he just chases people. It's just like he's not just good, man. I mean, that's what we had to deal with this season, bro. Because you see, tomorrow I won't even be able to watch the game because I have work tomorrow. But I mean, I decided not able to check the scores. Yeah, all I'm gonna do.
Call in sick, bro.
I mean, once the game is over, I'm just gonna check the score. I'm gonna see who won.
Yeah, do that. Don't do what Omar said. No point in calling in sick and your team lose, bro. That's a double L right there. Lose the day off of work.
I have absolutely no confidence, like literally. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, Man City could have a bad day tomorrow.
Let's ask Bilal. Let's ask Bilal how he handled the Man City game, the big crucial Etihad game. Like, didn't want to see it? Was you like feeling like Carl as well? Like or was you looking forward to it? Bring it. Like, did you have chest?
No, mate, when I knew Rob Holding's playing, like already it's gone.
Wait. Is it with like you have a player there, but for some reason look like you're playing with 10 men? Is it one of them ones?
Bro, he's not even a League 2 baller, bro. I don't think he could play for a lot of championship teams. I'm not even joking.
Nah, man, leave him, man.
Nah, 100%. He couldn't play for at least he couldn't play top 10 championship ball. No way. Yeah, so I knew from then, and you know what was so annoying about that game as well? He scored. We were like 3-1, and he smiled. I don't know even how he scored number 1, but it was just written. And he smiled. Oh man!
At least he scored. Where was Saka? Where was Martinelli? Where were these guys?
He basically gave away a goal straight away after that. Anyway, it became 4-1. But yeah, listen, with Man City, you've got to be at 100% at all areas. You can't be lacking having one area of weakness and then expect to beat Man City. So if you're playing Weghorst, who Ten Hag brought to be a striker, and I'm seeing Ten Hag use him as a number 10, I don't understand. Already like 1-0 down before the game started. So
yeah,
for me, the only good thing I can say about Man United is 2 things. One, you've played at Wembley this season already. You've won a trophy at Wembley. You know, you've got that feeling. You've beaten Man City in the past. You know, you can hit them on the counter or something. But the way I've seen Man City, especially that Real Madrid game, and those 2 legs, the way Walker dealt with Vinicius. I know Vinicius scored a bang in the first leg, but the way Walker now, just like they saved him for this part of the season, which is scary. That guy alone has just given me zero hope that Man United can, actually get the job done. Because I look at that defense now, Man City just look impenetrable. And the way they play football, I think it could be a long, long day. When you just think about it, the teams, you don't look at Man City, Man United, and you think, oh yeah, Man United is somehow they're going to do it because they're the bigger club and all of this. No, if you just look at it 11 versus 11, manager versus manager, it's looking like a long day.
It's staggering, man. Like really, because I think even in terms of Rashford and all of that, I think for me the only way we could have hope tomorrow is if Rashford, Bruno, Casemiro, and I think Rashford, Bruno, Casemiro, and Fred. If those four can have like the games of their lives, like if they can put in a shift, because someone like a Fred is gonna be the destroyer. He's gonna run and everything. Then Casemiro to provide cover for the back line, and Bruno, no matter, I don't care if he gives the ball away a lot, but as far as he's getting some of them, and Rashford to take his chances, like I need him to take every chance he gets. He should, like, literally, I don't need any dilly-dally to. Once you get a chance, you put your head down and you get it, because I think that could literally be our only hope tomorrow, because like literally no confidence. But another thing I'm holding on to is that some people seem to forget in the way that United historically we are known for stopping trebles, because I think Liverpool as well, you could have had a treble, but we won you in the FA Cup final. Also Everton was supposed to have a treble, but we also won them in the FA Cup final. So in a way, who knows?
Let's see. That's like there's a few Man United fans who are clinging on to that. You guys are the treble dream busters, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. Carl, it's been fantastic speaking to you as usual. Thank you for taking off that Real Madrid picture, because that's one team. That's one team we can't handle on this show.
Yeah, PTSD.
Yeah, mad PTSD. But look after yourself. I ain't gonna wish you good luck tomorrow for your team, but I wish you good luck in your life, my brother. Look after yourself.
Come on, City.
All right, take care. People, man, like not even 200 likes. Like, what are you saying? What are you saying, man? Sort it out, innit?
That'd be impossible.
Maybe that's why we've been away, because with that lack of love, you ain't showing us that love. All right, this is the order for the next few people. Adrian is next, then it's Dean, then it's Sadiq, then it's Mahmoud. So Adrian, Dean, Sadiq, Mahmoud. That's the order for next. I haven't even heard your opinions tomorrow. I know Zuberi thinks it's one way traffic tomorrow. But are we saying tomorrow?
I don't know. I always felt like it's going to be a tight game. It's a derby. It's Wembley. The Man United fans are going to be up for it. It doesn't really matter. But the more I'm thinking about it, and I think about the way Man United like got a lucky win against Man City early on in the season. I know it's a league, and the way Ten Hag used Fred on De Bruyne in that game. If he tries to do the same thing again, Pep is not gonna. It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So if Man City had won that game, maybe I'd be coming to this game thinking, you know what, maybe Man United somehow they might just pull a fast one on Man City. But I think Man City just look so scary right now. They look complete, and even things like people saying play Wan-Bissaka, right? A player like Grealish versus it, like. It doesn't matter who's in front of him, because the way he plays, it doesn't matter if it's Wan-Bissaka. His slide tackles are not gonna save him here, because Grealish's job is just to drag people out. Gundogan, I expect him to do something. It's like threats from all angles. You can't just take off your eye on one guy, another guy's gonna kill you. So if Man United do this, I think it'll be one of the best results they've had in the last 10 years. Because I think
I agree.
But it might even be the best, because in the last 10 years, Man City have finished above them 10 times in a row, whatever. So like Man City have really dominated them domestically. But if Man United can somehow win this game, honestly, Ten Hag, you got to give him his flowers if he does it. But we're not there yet, so we have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm a bit like Bilal in terms of I look at the game a bit more like, if you look at the game like holistically and you try and consider all factors, you look at it, it should be, I'm not going to be like it's going to be Man City cruising 3-4, 5-0. FA Cup finals in general, they never tend to be like that. But I like to look at the motivation of both teams as well. Man City, they've got their head down. They're running that sort of zone they get in when it hits March. And they've got that treble motivation. They've not hid about it. They want to get that treble. Man United, yeah, they want to stop the treble, but that's the fans, right? If they got the class of 92 playing in their pomp, then maybe they'd stand a chance. But those players, I don't feel, whilst it is a derby, I don't feel they're clocked in and zoned in quite the same as Man City. And I just can see, for me, Man United, the only way they can win this game is 0-0 and pens. I cannot see them score against City. Unless
one thing though, quickly, Pep has already said that Ortega brother is going to play in goal. Wasn't he the one who had like a disaster class against Liverpool last year?
No, that was
who was in goal last year?
That was the American.
It was Stefan.
The American.
Ortega.
I called him. He's playing for New York. New York CFC.
Matt Turner took over in the America, I understand.
United Red says LOOL. Liverpool fans talking about your favorite uncle United. First and foremost, there's an Arsenal fan. There's two Liverpool fans, and I'm neutral today. And this is the Kall-in show. It's about the people's agenda, the people's narratives. We've had 3 United callers, only I believe 2 Liverpool callers. Get your facts right before you come chatting on this channel, because we don't hold back. We don't hold back. Adrian wants to come in, and I think he wants to tell Bilal, fact check Bilal or something. I don't know. Let's see. Adrian, welcome to the stream.
We might have to get Adrian to change his name because it's giving me some sort of PTSD as well.
Oh yeah, Adrian.
Hey, man, hey. You know, when I was in school, some people would shout that at me. They go, Adrian.
Oh my God.
Oh, the Rocky Balboa. Nah, I got to bring it.
How's everyone doing, man? We got to hit that. Have we hit the 200 likes, man? We got to hit the 200 likes.
Yeah, first and foremost, man. Come on, everyone hit that like button. Let's get on the 200 vibe.
It's been a while since I've been on a Kall-in show. It's nice to see you guys, man.
Nice to hear from you as well, my friend.
But yeah, man, listen, my club's moving mad. I can't lie. Well, there's a fire sale up in London, man. They're setting the bridges on fire. What's going on here? But yeah, no, look, it was necessary. It's a painful rebuild, in the wise words of someone. It was needed. I can't lie. I'm hearing Havertz is meant to be the Benzema replacement. I don't know if that's real or not. Real Madrid are apparently in love with Kai Havertz.
Look, I'm gonna get my Havertz out of the way, my opinion, and then the rest of you lot can talk about what you want to talk about.
Sure,
but first, it's very nice of you to come back. We did tell you, Adrian. We did warn you about Chelsea. I think me and you had a very extensive conversation, a very deep
I said
conversation.
to you we wouldn't make the top 4. I think I said that. I said
I know, but I said it's going to be a disastrous season.
Wait, Adrian, you called in before, right?
Yeah, and he's telling you about Chelsea.
I said to you like we have to build.
No. Let's not do this. I say you said. I told you it's going to be a disaster.
Where have you been, bro?
Yeah, disaster.
Where I've been?
Bruce, we've been crying for Chelsea calling.
Bro, he ain't turned the light on since then. He ain't turned the light on.
Bro, it's been a long day, man. Listen, they're saying
saving those wages, man. At Chelsea.
I've been waiting to cook.
I got a new one.
Bro, I can't lie. I hear it.
Grizz, I got a new one. You gotta hear this. Oh my, you gotta hear this. Bilal, you gotta hear this. We end the call-in show because we wasn't getting any Chelsea callers.
That's what we had to do, man. We were looking far and wide. Wait, in the void, do you remember?
Let me get my boy on.
Do you remember in the first opening shows we used to get Chelsea people? You lot not ready for us. We got the money. We
new play every day.
Do you remember every week?
Yo, they call in with suit and tie.
They call in with
suit and tie.
Yeah, it was mad. It was mad. Then all of a sudden, a drought of Chelsea fans.
We couldn't find anyone in the chat. Anyone to come in. We were looking far. We were looking wide. But Adrian's come through. Fair play.
Yo, big up Adrian. You're the first in 6 months, bro.
There's a fire going on, bro. There's a fire going on. What do you expect, bro? London Bridge is falling down. What do you expect, bro?
We did warn you. We did tell you.
Here's the thing. What I'll say, yeah. Go on. I just need some stability, bro. I just need some stability.
Do you see stability now?
I do. There's some things where I think.
Oh look, they're all coming out. Oh, they're all coming out. Oh look, bro, I'm a Chelsea calling. Look, oh look, hi, look, they're all coming. All the Chelsea fans are coming.
I'm here at the spot, bro.
Transfer window. You guys wake up.
They wake up in the transfer window.
You guys don't. I'm telling you, Chelsea fans. Yeah, listen, Chelsea fans. If you can deny this if you want, but Chelsea fans only care about the transfer window. I don't think they actually care about football. They just care about when the transfer window opens and closes.
This is the first season where I think loads of people are so disconnected. I think that's why. I think this is the first season in a long time people felt this disconnected. Since I'd probably say 15, 16. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Listen, here's what we need to do, yeah? We do need outgoings. So I'm not surprised that so many people are being linked to leave, yeah? I know Grizz was about to say a piece on Havertz. I'll just say my thing here. I think he's a very good player. He needs to be in the right situation, and he plays a position which I don't know. It's kind of coming back, but not really. It's like he needs a very specific environment to work in, and I don't know if the Premier League is going to get that time and space to show his skills. So maybe it does work out in the league like La Liga, and under a club like Real Madrid, who instill that discipline in him. Because listen, some of the stories I hear about this guy, man, mentally someone needs to clock him, man. Because some of the stuff he does. Listen, man. If Real Madrid found out about that, yeah, they're not paying that much money for him. So hopefully they do.
I kind of want to know, but I also don't want to know what he does.
No, hold
Allegedly.
on. We want to know. Like, what do you mean you kind of want to know? Like, tell us. No one's going to get sued on this play. Tell us, or tell us in a private chat if you're suable. Like, you know, maybe
I'll say it once I after this call, because like it's a long story. But
put it in the chat then. Put it in the private chat.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. But yeah, no, he's a player who needs to be in the. You know, like. What's the saying? Like when you put in enough pressure and it makes a diamond. He's one of those kind of players where he needs to be in the right. I think Real Madrid could be an environment where, like, if he's put in the right discipline, I think he'll be good. But
if he needs that, I'm sorry, he's not a good enough player. He's not worth that.
Because I think he has the technical ability. It's just right up here in the head.
If he needs that time and space, and if he needs to be in a right environment, he's not worth the money that Chelsea paid. Like, realistically,
yeah, 100%. Yeah. But so, listen, man, we're gonna.
I like Havertz. You know, guys. I know he's become a joke
I do as well.
figure.
He's got all the technique in the world. It's just up here sometimes. You know what I mean, Grizz? Sometimes you have those players where they have all the technique, all the ability. I used to think, what's that player who? I can't remember what academy it was. It's the one where Karim Benzema came from. If someone could put it in the chat.
What, Leon?
Clairefontaine.
But so Clairefontaine at the time, I remember the academy director spoke about Karim Benzema. He said he's the second most talented player who's come from this academy. So people asked him who's the first and said Wissam Ben Yedder. Not Wissam Ben Yedder. What's his name? Oh, why have I forgotten?
Hatem Ben
Arfa. Wissam Ben Yedder came from different academy. Ben Arfa.
Ben Arfa, yeah.
Hatem Ben Arfa.
I don't know if you lot are young enough.
If anyone has not watched
Hatem Ben Arfa, enough to watch Hatem Ben Arfa.
Oh my goodness!
But
what do you mean?
No, I'm just asking a question. I don't know. I said I don't know. I didn't say you want. I said
Serious
I don't know if you want. Hatem Ben Arfa. You know, streets won't forget.
Literally,
he was the king. Well, the king was Adel Taarabt.
I say Adel Taarabt.
The unholy trinity. The unholy trinity was Benzema, Nasri, Ben Arfa. Them three. You know, they were boys. Two of them had decent.
Remember that
he had all the skill in the world, but mentally, just he wasn't there, man.
You know, Adel Taarabt was like he's
crazy, man. The nutmegs are crazy, bro.
Tottenham born and bred.
Another one, Dimitri Payet. That one season at West Ham, oh my days.
Yeah, he was sick as well.
He's been balling though. Even in France, he went back to Marseille. He's been
shout out to him. He has been very good. But yeah, no, look.
Charisma.
I think what Chelsea needs to do now is just focus on charisma. Shout out to charisma, man.
I think Chelsea need to just. I don't know, man. What do Chelsea need to do, Captain? Oh, are you munching? What do Chelsea need to do?
Can I say something?
Here's what we need to do. Yeah.
Go on. Oh,
so, I'll speak as the Chelsea fan here.
But... As a neutral, can I just say, looking out from into Chelsea, I know Chelsea fans ask for stability, but over the last 20 years, you've won more trophies than any other English club, I believe, simply from being a purely chaotic club that spend big, chop and change managers, win trophies. That's been your philosophy, and it's worked. Now, why? Why
the facts? You can't say that.
They've won more. They've won more trophies than anyone else since 2005. So
yeah, but that's more. I think that's more down to luck. Because sacking Lampard, bringing Tuchel in, I can't credit Tuchel for winning the Champions League 100%.
I think
it's all about in the right moments and the way they're chopping Omar. I agree with you in the stats, but the way they're chopping, they're gonna run out of places to chop. You ever watch those sushi chefs and they chopping it like, yo, that's sick. But they get to the end and they gotta like slow down, drop the tempo, be careful when they're chopping or they chop their finger off. That's where they are now.
I think a big part of the success of our chopping and changing and that model was the core and that spine that we had. I think we had one of the greatest spines in Premier League history in the early years of Roman Abramovich. And if you actually look at the level of trophies I've won. To be honest, this is for most clubs since the Pep Guardiola has come into the Premier League. So it's not just Chelsea, but if you look at
but you're a shambles now, though, isn't it? There's a difference.
Yeah, man.
You're financially a shambles. You're
be a
structurally a shambles.
It's not going to be a quick fix, man.
Yeah, you're paying for your crimes. Or Roman's crimes.
For the next
Let's
Chelsea
just say
guy,
alleged crimes. Are we allowed to say alleged or?
Yeah, you can say alleged.
I don't want to.
Some clubs had to create their own league and get rid of Division 1, but they're okay. But anyways,
man.
But no, listen, it's all about perspective.
But listen, Adrian, we're gonna keep it moving. We've got lots of callers.
Could I just end with one point and then
very quickly, my brother, quickly.
I think Chelsea outgoing is going to be important. Just address the spine because you've never done it in 5-6 years. Do it now. Ugarte, I saw a Grizz video. If anyone wants to check that out, apparently he's a good player. But we'll see, man. All right.
Good luck, man. All the best, man. Nice one. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Hope you come out of the darkness soon, man. Like you, not your club. Hope your club stays in the darkness.
Yo, listen, man. You know what's mad? You know what's mad that I might be the first person saying this, and I hate being the first person saying something. I think the problem with Chelsea is the fans. You know how people used to say that about Arsenal, now they're saying it about Liverpool.
No, you're the
well, Grizz, me and you said it because it's the club we both hate the most. That's something we have in common. The problem with Chelsea is the fans, because the minute they get an okay manager to do something good, they don't go from, okay, maybe we should just slowly work up. They're like, no, he's good enough. We're going for the league. And it's like, bro, there's levels to this. And that's been the issue. It's the fans.
They don't want to relax, man. They're very, what's the word? What's the opposite of relax?
Just, bro, anxious, mate. That's what they are. They're
anxious and fickle. That's
impatient.
Impatient. Entitled.
You're welcome.
Very much so.
But you know what's annoying about Chelsea? The only annoying thing right now for me as an Arsenal fan is that how are they still selling all of these players and getting good money? Like Mount, how much are they going to get? Kovacic, like they're just
I think they're going to struggle this time.
It's the rest of.
I think they're going to struggle this time. Yeah, people know they're in trouble. I think they're going to hold back. You're right. In seasons gone past, they've been getting crazy money.
Even we gave them money. We funded them. We gave them junior money.
You lot been dumbasses as well, innit? You lot been dumbasses as well. But a few super chats. Jay Don sending a whole heap of super chats. So let's get through what he says. Come on, City, respect Grizz. Come on, little City. Your Real Madrid shout was spot on. Domination. I told you you guys are going to dominate Real Madrid. And I'm telling you now, if you don't beat Inter Milan by at least 2-3 goals, you know what I mean? Come back and tell me I don't.
They need to dominate Man U as well, right, man.
They're going to dominate Man United, man. They're going to dominate
the title. Paint the city blue. Tired of them red boys over there.
Yeah. People are saying, "Don't you care about the treble?" No.
They're lying. No. They care when they win the Champions League.
No.
They won't care.
No. They're saying to me, like, how are you backing Man United? Like, how are you backing Man City? They're going to be treble winners. This and that. I've been saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it. We don't care. Let Man City do it. True. We don't care. Who cares? Man City can carry on winning. They're irrelevant for now. 20 years' time, when they've got another 15 titles, then we talk.
All these kids supporting them.
Yeah, there's still enough of a gap. There's still enough
Too much of a gap. Yeah. The rest are washed. Jay Don, thank you very much for that little mini sponsor session with the Super Chats. Big up yourself. All right, listen. Shit, man. What? Time getting slow today. Normally goes fast, man. What are you doing to me, man? Dean next. Sadiq, Mahmoud, Murtaza, Ghana. Dean, Sadiq, Mahmoud, Murtaza, and Ghana.
Honestly, if they played back five, if that was the back five from Man United tomorrow, they'd have a better chance.
Imposing.
You said that.
Imposing.
Ghana left wing back, all cooking.
Let's bring Dean up into the building. Dean, how you doing, my bro?
Hey man, what's up? Long time. Subi, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's
I'm
going
good,
on,
man.
Dean? I think it's been about 2 years, man. How you been, bro?
No. No, don't say. No, bro. Come on. I think a few weeks or so. Remember, we always on the copy.
Yeah. Maybe it's me. I apologize, man. But hey, good to see you, man.
Maybe you took a slip.
Nah, you guys called me out of so Grizz. I used to talk to Dean when I was smoking, and they used to say I'm smoking crap because I'm calling Klopp out and all this stuff. And now I guess everybody's smoking what I was smoking because the Klopp out growth.
Yeah.
Nah, big up, Dean, man.
Yeah, I think I think what I'm gonna say today, a lot of people won't really agree, but I don't think next season, as much as even if we sign the players that we want, I think that can be something that we can solve the current problems. But in the long run, if we look at the whole season next season, I don't think we'll have what it takes if Klopp doesn't change his ways, because I think most of it is mostly on Klopp, not necessarily the squad. You see, with the current player that we have at our disposal right now, if Klopp knew how to play around, to shuffle them around, put them in different positions, changing tactics and formations, I don't think we would not have struggled as we did this season. I think we would have found a way, to change personnel, somebody who brings something different. Because what we're gonna do, what we've been doing for the past years, if you notice, the type of player that we are looking at, they're kind of the same players that that play like the same play. Henderson, the Milner type of players. It's like he's going to his old ways again, which has been found out because we've been struggling playing like that for the past. We've been failing. Yeah, as much as people say the quad. Yeah, last season we were we're about to win 4 trophies, but look at how where it got us. It ended up coming back to us as well, because at some point you need to change. And this is what's so good about other managers. If you look at the guy at Brighton now, Potter before, look at Guardiola, look at Arteta, like they shuffle the things. It's like they are playing FIFA or it's chess, right? You study the opposition. It's okay. So who am I playing this week? We're playing this team. Who can play? Who can suit this? Look at every club when they play us. They know exactly how to play us. They know if Trent Alexander-Arnold is on the right, let's overload that side because that's the weakest point. It seems like we don't, because we just have this sort of way of playing, which we don't consider the oppositions. That's my observation. I don't think we consider the opposition. We just set up a team and we say, let's give it our all. There is no sort of strategic, elements into how we shape in defense and attack. And I think we rely on the whole team chemistry. If certain players are not performing well, it kind of ruins the whole plan, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys understand where I'm coming from.
No, I agree with everything you said, Grizz. I think that's a question for you still.
No. I'm gonna let you guys handle that.
Let me add fire to the fire you just dropped, because I don't think.
No, I think what I will say is I knew you're gonna agree, and I could tell you guys are homies, and the way you.
I don't do this whole.
No. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, slipped him a quick £5 note.
The narrative. No. The narrative is strong, but no. Hear me out. The narrative is strong. The agenda is deep, but this is the Kall-in show. You're allowed to run it. So run your agenda. Go for it.
Now, look, Dean, they made it look like I tapped you up backstage. I slipped you the note. I said, say these things. Listen, man. Now, what he's saying is absolutely right. These are the things I was calling Klopp out for when I was originally Klopp out a couple of years ago. I don't know if you knew this. I've been Klopp out for 4 years before the trophies. Don't come for me. I am grateful for the trophies. Let me just put that in there. But what I am saying is I look at him and I go, bro, I've never seen a manager not care about the opposition. It's cold that we've won trophies that way. But at some point you have to go, okay, this is Brighton. Let me put this guy in because he's better suited against that opposition. We've never done it. 7 years later, the manager go, maybe we should start looking at the opposition and what they're doing so we can tailor our game. It's like, bro, it shouldn't take you 7 years to see that. You see what I'm saying? So I always looked at him and go, no, we need to improve upon him, because I thought he brought us to a point where another manager that's more flexible and more adaptive can take us further. And, that's been his downfall. Grizz, I called it in the Community Shield game. I'm like, the tactics he's running, it's a bipolar tactics. One guy comes on, he does the robust thing. The other guy comes on, he can't do that job. But that is the job that worked for 7 years. So how are you going to buy players that contradict the thing that worked for you for 7 years? So, this is where we'll find ourselves.
Omar, I'm sure that you may want to come in. It's up to you if you don't want to.
No,
if you
I'd
do,
love to,
the floor
actually,
is yours.
There's sort of two takeaways I've got from both you guys' points. It's
Talking about takeaways. Let me order my Uber, man. Give me 2 seconds.
send some my way.
For
as well.
two, bro. Send some my way, so all the way to South Africa, bro.
Yeah, what I was gonna say, there's two takeaways from that. Number one, I kind of do agree with you in the sense that Klopp has run the sort of same philosophy, same system for about 7 years, and I agree. And I think that's down to Klopp's sort of personality, his sort of loyalty, his stubbornness, and that has its pros, it has its cons, of course. Just how like every sort of manager has their own traits. Someone like Guardiola, who might overthink stuff, has its pros and cons. And I completely agree, and I think it was fair enough. Zuberi, Dean, you might have seen it earlier in terms of we need to switch up, but also I'm not gonna hate on him for whilst things were going well in terms of up until the start of the season that's just gone, where we were competing and constantly improving. Why there was a need to change. Now we can now look in hindsight and say, yeah, in hindsight, this season we should have switched it up. And fair enough, there was a massive stale period just before, well, all the period before the World Cup and sort of 5-10 games after the World Cup. But then for me, the positive that I can take out of Klopp is if you look at the last 10 games, we're a completely different team. The system changed. The chances we create, everything's gone up. The points, we're unbeaten in 11, whatever. I don't care. I want to win games. I don't want to draw games, but we've won a lot more than we've drawn in the run-in. And for me, it's like finally we've seen some sort of something in Klopp that has allowed him to adapt from that stubbornness to play a certain way that he's brought from Mainz to Dortmund to Liverpool. So for me, I can look at that and take the positives from it and say, all right, maybe he isn't as stubborn as we think he is. Maybe he is a bit more ruthless. We'll see what he does in the transfer window to see how ruthless he is. But I know this manager is a world-class manager. He's won us everything. I just think we should be able to give him this second period where we can see this new system, this new Liverpool where Trent's in midfield. You've got new players bedding in. You've got a new transfer window. We'll probably get 3-4 players. See how that works and see where that takes us. If we go back to what we were doing before, then fair enough. I'll be like, this is really stubborn, and it's a bit like Wenger in his final few years at Arsenal. I'm sure I will agree. But from what I've seen a re-energized Klopp, a re-energized Liverpool that are playing in a different way. And I think a lot of times the season next, so the 23-24 season, sometimes the momentum you carry into the end of this season can carry into that season. We've got a clean pre-season. No one's on international duty pretty much. We're going to have fresh signings, and we're going to approach the season with a whole new tactic and a whole new way of playing. Now, the last point I want to make is on adapting to the opposition. I don't think any of the top managers wholly ever consider the opposition 99% of the time in terms of changing the way they play. They will always stick to their principles. And I think the long-term game from sticking to your principles is so much better than chopping and changing and playing each game. For me, someone like Sam Allen, Sean Dyche said it. Sean Dyche said it in a press conference. He said, we in this run-in, we changed the way we play to try and get a result from each game in the run-in. And that's what they did. Someone like Guardiola, someone like Klopp, Mourinho, these guys, top managers have a style of play and they'll stick to it. So yes, we need to adapt that style of play, but we need to keep it consistent and not chop and change every game in trying to get a result depending on the short-term gain.
I respect that. Can I kick this to Bilal real quick in a weird spin? Bilal, Arsenal started the season somewhat well and for 90% or more been at top of the league. Would you be impressed if Arteta run the same system now, knowing now he's somewhat found out, and by December you guys are like between 6 and 8 because he's running the same plays back? He's now found out. How would you feel about that? Would you be like, this guy know what he's doing, or he needs to evolve?
Well, I think that's the frustration for some Arsenal fans towards the end of the season, was that Arteta was so stubborn in keeping that same system that had been working, even though the personnel wasn't the same. So, like Saliba, obviously, we know he got injured. Holding came in, but there wasn't a change in the way we played. We didn't play like a lower block. We didn't try to protect Holding because we know he is a little bit more vulnerable than the other players. Instead, we just kept on playing the same way. And the minute we changed Holding and brought in Kiwior, who's a more athletic, modern defender, the results started picking up a little bit again. So it's one of those ones. These managers are very stubborn. I think the difference between Klopp and maybe a Pep is that the underlying philosophy, maybe I would say with Pep especially, is stronger, right? I think that's fair to say. So even if Pep has to change up the system a little bit, you've seen how he's changed up the defense. They're so much harder to play against. The transitions are so much harder to be successful against them. I think with Pep, the underlying philosophy, the way he plays football is so strong that even if he tweaks things a little bit, his actual philosophy is still going to come out at the end. With Klopp, he relies on his players. And this was, in a way, it's similar to Wenger. And I know the Wenger comparisons in a different way, because Wenger used to believe in his players, right? He used to try to give them the freedom. It wasn't about tactics or systems. It was about the players being the main characters, the players showing their skills and that flair. With Klopp, I would say he believes in his players to carry out his particular system, but in a more physical way, right? They need to be 100%. They need to win every single duel. They need to be winning the 50-50s. If these players can't do it, his philosophy is just not going to work, right? Listen, go on.
I disagree, because Klopp, we know what it's all about, that Jurgen pressing style, that high intensity pressure. That is his underlying philosophy. Guardiola's underlying philosophy is that possession-based football. Liverpool scouts have scouted players, the most random, someone like Diogo Jota, right? He looked pretty average at Wolves. Nobody really think he'd turn up. You just knew when he signed, he was a Klopp forward. Cody Gakpo, you just knew when he signed, he was a Klopp forward. Salah, Mane, these guys, Firmino, these guys.
What about Nunes?
Yeah, what about Nunes? What about Origi? What about Carvalho? What about
Carvalho? I do think
Takumi. But basically, what I'm saying, he's gotten it wrong more than he's gotten it right in his style of play. Yeah, bro, that's why we've gotten stale. All of his signings that's failed are the most recent signings.
Do you mean season, or do you mean in the long term? He's got him.
No. I'm saying all of the players that didn't work out, barring Origi, are the current players, like the most recent signings. Think about it, like Minamino didn't quite work out. Guy got top golden booth in 2 competition, didn't play in the final. Naby, that was the biggest player Klopp brought in the midfield area, and the most recent player in the midfield as well. Didn't quite work out. Carvalho was saying, basically, most of us are saying didn't really work out. So most of his recent signing didn't really work out. Nunes, guy came in, went on like a 20 chance missing streak. And he's supposed to be the guy that evolved the play.
We must move on because studio's full. People are trying to get in. Dean, nice.
Brother. Thank you. I might just make follow-up plus like a closing segment. Yeah, the reason why I say that is because it's from the tactics to the signings and everything. It's also, if you look at the youngsters, it seems we've been struggling. This is what I want you guys to chop this off when I'm gone. But it also seems like that has been a problem when it comes to youngsters. Because he believes in certain players that he likes, because he picks them. I don't know how or who scouts for him, and I don't know what happens during the signing process. Probably, I'm guessing we're joking the other idiot Jamis live with like Uncle Albert about the whole. I think he like texts people on his house tour, like to create that sort of personal relationship, which I think is bad, especially when it comes to football, because he creates too much personal relationship, and it will be very difficult to get rid of a player even when they're underperforming. And look, he struggled a lot to drop Henderson, Robo, even Van Dijk has been playing bad, but he's got Mo Salah. He knows that nobody's going to challenge for his position. Even if he spends 35 games without scoring, he knows that he's going to start. So it's some of those things that even to attract certain players, even as a backup, they need to have to look at it and say, okay, I'm playing at Mönchengladbach. I'm playing almost every day. If I were to go to Liverpool and I'm a backup for whatever Henderson or Salah and whatnot, how many games per season am I going to be playing? Because these players are young, they need to develop as well, so they need some game time, and all that, like first team time. And look at what's happened. Even like Carvalho has been complaining. Tsimikas looked unhappy. Kelleher is also unhappy. All these players that were very good options that could change the game. He knew that Carvalho and all other players on the bench, but he brought in Müller when we're losing. What are you trying to do? What do you think is going to add or change? That's my point. So even if we get all these new signings, we get a squad depth, even young players, right? We can get a young player like from the academy. We have brilliant player like Musialowski. I was expecting by now, he's 19 now. I was expecting him to be also maybe like a squad player. He's a very good player, but because Klopp doesn't know how to sort of drop his tried and tested, even if they're not playing well, to say, okay, let me give a run of games, like 3, 4, 5 games, and see how it goes. If you don't perform, or if it's Robo, he can underperform for 5 games and won't get dropped. Tsimikas will play very, very good games, 5 games. If he underperforms one slightly, he's gonna get dropped. You understand? So it's something that we see, and also the players kind of feel like Robo will get injured for 3 months. He used to come back. You see him in the game. There's no easing him way back, back into the team. So some of those things that we need to take into consideration. And yeah, that's my closing statement. I think I want you guys to look at it.
No. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. You make some points. I've got loads of answers, not answers, replies. I should say. They're not answers, like it's opinions. I've got loads of replies, but we're not gonna get into it today because it's very late. But call us next time, Dean, and we will catch up real soon. And I will
definitely, man. I appreciate you guys listening.
Look after yourself.
Cheers.
Take care. All right.
100%, man.
Who was next, man? 1 second. What was the order? Kyle, then it was Adrian. Who was just on? Dean, then Sadiq. Yeah, Sadiq, you need to stop coming in and out, my bro, because if you go out, you're going to lose your turn, man. And I know you're back in. You're at the back of the queue, but I'll let you in because you've been waiting for quite a while. Come in, Sadiq. Have you got a camera? If not, you can still come in, hopefully. Sadiq, are you there, my brother?
Assalamu alaikum, Grizz.
My salam, what's happening, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. What's happening? I know you've been in and out. Usually
sorry,
when you're
man.
out, you miss your turn, but go on, you're good. What do you want to speak
sorry,
about, bro?
Sorry, my battery died, so...
okay, no problem.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, Bilal, as well.
Alaikum salam, bro.
Yeah, I just want to say big up the panel, as always. Grizz, you do fantastic work throughout.
I'm nothing without these guys, my bro. These guys, I'm nothing without these guys.
I just want to say you, the fans.
Just want to say I'm a massive Liverpool fan. I got an Instagram page, LFC Network. It was hacked. It was hacked, but Alhamdulillah, I got it back last Friday after 11 months. So I'm back on it again. So
make sure people go on subscribe or follow LFC Network. Can't hear you, Captain. You're on mute.
I'm saying I'm not on Instagram. What's that called again?
LFC Network.
Oh, you on YouTube? Do you do shows on
no.
YouTube, anything like that? Okay.
Instagram,
I don't do
yeah?
YouTube. I don't do YouTube, but inshallah next year I'm trying to do YouTube. So if you guys can willing to
definitely, bro.
It depends on what you talk about today, but I like you already. So I'll bring that fire over there.
Thank you. I just want to say I'm all different platforms as well. So I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So mainly I do Instagram, but I'm on different platforms.
No problem. Is this do you want to just do a shout out for yourself, or is there a topic you want to speak about?
Yeah, I do want to speak about topic.
Go for it. We'll give you a shout out at the end, my bro. Let's get it up because a lot of people are waiting. We need to run with it.
I just can't wait for next season, man. I just can't wait for next season because what Omar said before, I agree with what he said. Like the last 10 games, I could see something different with Klopp and the team. So I feel like next season is I feel like we're going to be back. I can't wait for next season. You know, like the likes of Arsenal and Man United, they're like talking loud. You know, I've got a lot of United fans are saying to me, "Oh, you had a poor season and Klopp's finished and this and that." Listen,
well,
man,
even some of our own fans are saying Klopp is finished, my guy.
Listen.
So I don't know if you've been listening to Mr. Zuberi running this agenda.
You know what, Grizz, it's been a minute, obviously. Almost been a minute. You see what you talk about the last 10 games. Me and my boys in our WhatsApp group predicted that lineup to the point where we're convinced Klopp is watching what we're saying. We believe Klopp is a mole in our group because everything we say, he's been running and it's been working. And Grizz, I'm saying it here now. If that's what Klopp's doing, Klopp 2.0 look real saucy right now.
Yeah, inshallah. But I feel like we'll be back next season. I just hope we get the signings we need. Like, I want Kone and Thuram. I want them both. I don't want one of them. I want them both. Obviously, Macallister deal is coming through. And hopefully we buy a centre-back. I think we need a centre-back. I know, Grizz, you said about that German defender. But I do want Ndika as well.
Oh, this is my guy. DM me, man. We got to do this show. Ndika should be here.
I think Ndika,
He's so not good. Stop.
Grizz, let him
man. Ndika's good. Ndika's
good.
I'm such a fake fan. I don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah, you're casual, man. You're casual.
Wait, Omar, you don't know who Ndika is?
No, you don't need to know. Shut up, man. You don't need to know. He don't need to know.
Left-footed Khanage. That's all you need to know.
No,
left-footed Khanage.
No, he don't need to.
Question to Grizz and Zuberi and Omar. Do you think we get Kone and Thuram, or do you think it's one over?
I think it's one of those two. Personally, yeah. I would love it.
Which one would you take, though, Grizz, of the two?
I told you, man. I prefer Thuram, but I would take Kone because of the team.
Wait, why did I overlook that? You prefer Thuram because I wanted Thuram as well.
As a baller, as a player. But for the team, I prefer Kone for what we need.
Omar, what are you saying?
Thuram, man. I've seen more of him.
Fair enough.
I've seen this guy more. He looks
like if Arsenal had a choice.
I've heard more special things about Thuram. His hype is a bit higher. That's the only reason I pick him over Kone.
Listen, guys, we're gonna run it quick now. Sadiq, thank you very much. People, make sure go check out LFC Network on all platforms. Just type in LFC Network and go and follow, subscribe, and show him some love. Sadiq, nice one, my bro.
Thank you.
All right,
thank you.
Take care. All right, we got. Listen, we're not gonna take no more callers. We're gonna take. What was the order? The ones that are in the studio already. Make a note. And you ain't done shit, man.
Murtaza, I think he might be. Wait,
what was the order?
He's missing, I think.
So Mahmoud, I can't remember. It might be Mahmoud.
Okay. So
I think it's Guna. I know K-Mac is in there.
Nah, Murtaza and Mahmoud have been there for the longest, for sure.
Okay, I said Kyle is next, Adrian, then Dean, then Sadiq. I ain't done the order after that, yeah? So what's the order after? Murtaza, Ghana,
Mahmoud,
K-Mac. Oh.
So Mahmoud was there earlier. He just come out and come back
so
in.
who's
Mahmoud,
first?
Nod if you were here earlier.
No, he was. He definitely was.
Yeah, he was.
He's a Chelsea fan.
So who's first?
It's definitely Mahmoud. How did he end up at the bottom?
Yeah, I think it's Mahmoud for sure.
No, because
he's a Chelsea guy.
Okay. Okay, so Mahmoud, Murtaza, Ghana.
Mahmoud has been selected.
And then K-Mac,
then K-Mac and Jack.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap. All right, after that, I'm sorry, no more. Sorry. All right, who's first? Forgot again. Mahmoud. All right, let's bring in Mahmoud. Mahmoud, my friend, welcome to the stream.
Chelsea! What are you saying, everybody? You look good.
Are you a Chelsea fan? Yeah, bro. Okay, Chelsea fan. We can
you good, bro. Are you good? I haven't seen you guys in a minute.
You know what? Bilal's patch has been annoying me for a while. That sleeve. My days. That's the most shameless thing I've seen in my life.
Go on, why is that then?
Bro, I'm 17, and I don't think I've ever seen Arsenal in the Champions League actually being good. Every time I've seen them in the Champions League, they get
no lies are told, by the way. No lies.
Bro,
5-1, crazy scorelines.
No, listen, man. You think you were alive when we got to the fight? You might not. We don't remember.
Nah. You said he's 17.
Yeah, he doesn't know ball.
Outdate him. Yeah, don't try to outdate him. He's speaking facts. He's speaking his reality.
Has the Emirates ever seen a good Champions League night?
We've had many good nights. I said beating
Arsenal 2-1, and then apparently you got robbed at the new camp, bro.
Yeah, man, as we always did, man. But UEFA Lona, everyone know. Now, even Chelsea fans know about UEFA Lona. Everyone knew that was that's a thing. So listen, we all got to agree on that one.
Mahmoud, who do you support?
Chelsea.
So let me get this right, because I'm gonna fight back for my panelists, innit?
Go on.
So you've come on and you've called him shameless.
Nah. I've been here for like an hour.
Okay. You knew I like you. You know why I like you? You knew where I was going. So go on, I'll let you off. Go on. I like you. Go on. You stopped me in my tracks. I like you. Go on.
Bro,
so go on. But talk to me about Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
You ain't seen that one.
What do you think about João Felix not signing for Chelsea?
It's a good decision by Chelsea.
I don't think it's his choice.
Nah, he wanted to come. Nah, he wanted to stay. He was like,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's not. Yeah, I don't think it's nothing in his control. Has he done enough, guys?
No. Chelsea made the right. Poch is smart, man. This is when I was taking it.
I was gonna say, yeah, Poch. Like we've been waiting for a manager for a while to be like proper decisive, because Potter was something else in it. But Pochettino is decisive. He knows what he wants in it, and he didn't want Felix to rather have like Nkunku or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a further plan in mind. So everybody's hyping up Felix because they think he's the next baller, he's next this. We're wasting his talent, but Poch has been decisive in it, and he's being a good manager.
I don't think Felix has done enough. I don't know what you guys think. I don't think it's the right place for him. I don't think it's the right coach for him now. Pochettino definitely. Pochettino, from what we know of his time at Spurs, played a very definitive style with Kane and Son. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. Felix, I'm a Felix fan.
I am
Felix,
as well.
But Felix, you have to build a team around, in my opinion.
Chelsea ain't gonna.
Chelsea ain't that team that building around one player, because they got about 30 players. That
47 to be exact.
I don't know who takes. Maybe PSG were interested in Felix at one point. Maybe that's an option in the future. I don't know. But if you think about Poch's Tottenham team, they were very physical, like a proper physical, solid team. Obviously, they didn't win anything because it's Tottenham. But, at Chelsea, if you can replicate that sort of physicality, you can see the links already. Ugarte, Caicedo, build from there, probably play a 4-2-3-1 of some sort. And then, you never know. He might push them up the table. But
Whoa. Push us up the table?
Yeah, it might. Yeah. Listen, I think top 6 is the target for Chelsea.
What is your target?
You have to push up the table.
Hold on. Holmes, check this out. So not check this out. But what are you saying? What is your target, Mahmoud?
Target or prediction? Because it's a bit different.
Give us very quickly. Give us both.
Target should always be top 4, but it's not a trophy, but it's target. And prediction, I still think we'll get top 4 because, like, if you look at the top 4 right now, City are guaranteed. Newcastle are not guaranteed. No way. Liverpool, they might be in it. I'm not sure. The signings, and we'll see what signings. I don't know how much signings they're making it. Arsenal, I'll be honest, Arsenal probably in there. They'll probably be second or third. And United probably be in there. So we're going to fight out with Arsenal and Newcastle for the 4th place. Maybe Liverpool.
I wouldn't argue with that vehemently. I wouldn't madly argue with that. He's got a point. Liverpool are a bit unknown quantity because we do need to make 4 or 5 signings, which I do believe we will make. He's right. Arsenal. Yeah, look, Chelsea should, even though we've taken a piss out of them and they're a shambles of a club from top to bottom, can't stand them.
But you hate Chelsea, watch even Big 6. You hate just not even the squad, just the club, the badge, the stadium, everything.
I hate your club. It's not a problem.
Mad.
Is there a problem? I hate Chelsea.
What I will say is there are a lot of Liverpool fans that have Chelsea in terms of hatred on par, or if not more than Man United.
At one stage it was close. No, Captain. I changed my mind. You know, at one stage it was close. I was with you, Captain. But trust me, Man United this season have reminded me why they are literally the Devils. Literally.
Yes, they're even changing their badge.
Yeah, I know.
To the Devils.
They're changing the badge to the Devils.
I'm about to say it's haram to support them. If you're Muslim, be careful.
Mahmoud, I didn't know you were 17. I thought you was a little bit more mature. I thought it was gonna be nice.
Wait, hold on, mature.
Listen, man.
Wait, hold on.
No, I'm not trying to call you immature. What I'm trying to say, the hatred I have predates you. Is what I'm saying. But you're gonna have to catch it because I did reserve it for you. Bro, I listen. Don't hate me. Chelsea will be the team to reveal Pochettino for who he really is.
Oh,
nobody.
Shit.
Nobody. Man didn't win the league because of Leicester.
Yeah, he's a better manager than Arteta, you know.
Yeah, he's a better manager than Arteta, you know. He's not gonna do much better than Lampard. He will be found out. Trust me.
Top 4 managers in the Prem.
Listen, I know you're 17. What have you seen of Poch? You thought, he's doing bits, bro. Leicester stopped him from winning the league. And a Chelsea team that wasn't great as well. Bro, Poch will be found out.
Yeah, and
that's a good question. Where does Poch rank in the managers?
Not top 10.
Never been managers though. What?
The Premier League managers.
He's top right now?
Like 6 or something.
He's not better than De Zerbi or.
How is he top 4? Doesn't even have a European trophy.
He's not better than Arteta.
All right, let's do it.
He's not better than Arteta.
Pep Klopp.
Pep Klopp.
Newcastle guy better than him.
No
Eddie Howe, Unai Emery,
Eddie Howe's above him.
No way.
Unai Emery's above him right now.
Unai Emery, no way.
What? Grizz. Excuse me, panelists. Grizz.
Thomas Frank is better than
Thomas Frank
as well.
Grizz, write down Mahmoud's name. Because
Gary
when all these
O'Neill.
managers finish above Pochettino, we need Mahmoud to come back.
Mahmoud,
next calling show, I'll be here.
Mahmoud, you are there. You must.
I will be there.
You must be here. So you're saying your shout. We haven't done our predictions. We're gonna do a call-in predictions. Our favorite callers. We're gonna put them in We're gonna do like a little table of all their predictions at the start of the season when we get closer. Yeah. So remember, remind me, Captain, we do this, Bilal. We have to do this. We're going to do a calling show. And we're going to do all the callers. We're going to put them and make their predictions. So, Mahmoud, your early one, we're not going to hold you to it. Because
you can change this, by the way.
Much.
No, I don't think I will.
Go on, give us your take before we keep it moving. Go on.
Yeah.
What's your hot take? So you think Pochettino is going to bring Chelsea from 12th to 4th next season? Minimum 4th.
Minimum 4th, yeah. And I think, he will show why he's a better manager than
all these other ones that we mentioned.
Yeah.
Who's the only ones that are better than him?
Pep, Klopp, and Gary O'Neill.
You know. Klopp and Pep, that's it.
Grizz.
Only Klopp and Klopp.
Grizz, I want you to see this. I want you to see this, right?
Klopp and Clip.
You see this comment here? This is what I'm gonna be done with him because I sneakily rate Unai Emery. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I don't. I think I rate him.
You don't need to sneakily rate him. You have to rate him.
No, I rate him, but not
because I know Bilal don't rate him.
Than the rest. I don't
rate him. I rate him. I respect Unai.
Yeah, respect. Yeah, that's a better word. Respect, not rate.
Not his time at Arsenal, but after
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest with you, Mahmoud. I'm one of those people, and I'm very rarely like this, where I'm undecided on Pep. I don't know what I think of him. Sorry, Poch.
Oh.
I don't know if I rate him. And I don't know, I hear what Captain's saying as well. I don't know. I think this season will define him. And of course, that's a reactionary thing to say, how can one season define? But he's had chances at Spurs. He's had chances at PSG. He's coming back. The redemption is back. This is his chance. So I think, make or break for Poch.
Let me make my closing statement. I'm a cutscene, but the issue at Tottenham was he had no backing. Yeah, he had 50 million net spend like 4 or 5 years there. Yeah, and at PSG the issue was the squad and like the Madonnas, Neymar, these are.
Yeah.
At Chelsea, he's got like the best of both worlds. He's got the money and he's got the young, like intelligent Levi Cole and these man,
Cole don't want to play for Chelsea, bro. He's already left. Cole said it. He wants to leave.
No, he never. No, he never.
He's celebrating when Chelsea are losing. He's loving it at Brighton. He don't want to stay.
That's just I don't think he knew what he was doing, but I don't think he actually wants to leave Chelsea.
You're keeping him hostage, man. You got to let free Cole, man. Let him go to Brighton.
But let him finish his statement.
Yeah, you made me forget my statement now. I'll just pack it. Yeah, Chelsea is like a young, impressionable squad. Mudryk, Liverpool, these man, they can easily be like not. Now their positions can be a bit changed. Like, Liverpool, I'll be seeing on Twitter people putting him at left back and making like a back three. Maybe he can be molded into something else. So we'll see in it, and we'll see the downfall of Arsenal in the Champions League.
Okay, that's what we're here for. Mahmood, nice one, man. Thank you very much for calling in. We really enjoyed chatting to you.
Thank you, Mahmood.
All right.
Now, man left with a kick to below, Said downfall.
Bro, they're not even here. They're not even here. They're not even in the other one, the Thursday one. The other side. There's 2 Thursday ones now. They're not even in any of them.
Oh shit, they're not in either of them, are they?
None of them. That's what I
new
rated.
one.
That's what I rated. Man's not even in the new competition.
Okay, who's next?
Murtaza.
Murtaza, all right, let's go. Murtaza, welcome to the stream, my brother. Hope you're doing very well.
Yeah, I hope you guys are all well as well. I don't know if you guys remember me. I came on a couple months ago. Talked to you guys about a certain numero uno from my club. I know I'm on out block right now, but told you guys about this De Gea guy. Now I won't switch.
Oh, yes, you did. You had a big chat. I don't know who was with me. Bilal or Zuberi was with me. Murtaza came on and he wasn't having any of this De Gea prop. He wanted him gone, sacked. But hey,
you can tell Murtaza's been in the DMs with Michael, American Michael. Because the only other guy I've been seeing running, he's been running.
No. So look, on the outside, we see De Gea making some crazy mad saves, but doing a lot of nastiness as well. So go on.
The thing is with De Gea, he puts out the fires that he starts himself. Oh. This guy gives the ball away and then makes out a mad save. Like it is what it is. Like he's a firefighter, but he starts his own fires. So it makes it, look good. But that was in the Leicester game. That was before our Carabao Cup final, I remember. And I said this guy will cost us. In our biggest game since the Europa League final 6 years ago, boom, bottled it at Sevilla. But, just like, call me Mystic Murtaza, just like I called about De Gea, I'm telling you, this other guy, number 8, you know what I'm saying? I refuse to say his name. He who shall not be named. Number 8.
We don't know your name.
No. Don't say the name. Here's what I'm begging you. No one say the name. ESPN posted a stat, and the stat didn't mention all the penalties he who shall not be named took. Grizz, the past 5 years, his stats look good. I don't know how can it look this good, and man, you ain't even been up there. The stats look so good. I pulled over to press more.
Yo,
the past 5 years stats is mad. We're talking double in goal and assist.
So Murtaza got to say something back to that.
What do you agree that the stats is Grays in the past 5 years?
The stats that led us to what? Top 4?
All right, you know what? That's the same thought I had. The
what we win?
So good.
What we win?
No, Grizz, I rate
Let everyone else pick up. He's doing his job. Let everyone else do their job. And come on, he's not Voldemort. Say his name.
He is the head of our rebuild, right? This guy's been the head of our rebuild all the way through the Oli era, everything. What did we win? Nothing. Guys like Casemiro, all these guys had to come up to pick his slack up. Yeah, he has those stats, but if you want to go into stats, then look at the times he gives the ball away.
He's up there with Mo Salah.
Look at that.
They're top
detrimental. I'm telling you.
Both of them are top 3. I know the stats, Martins. I love numbers, by the way. That's why I know exactly who you talked about. In the past 5 years, Grizz, if you see this guy's stats, you think he's the coldest midfielder in the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking 20 goals, 20 assists.
I'm about to break a few Liverpool hearts, possibly.
Don't you dare compare him to a Liverpool midfielder.
No, I'm not comparing him.
Okay.
No, I'm not comparing him.
All right.
Okay, let me do a bit more diplomatically.
It feels like Liverpool would slap. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I don't think he's the problem at United. I don't think that, like how Mutsa's come on with that De Gea. I hear the De Gea and I see the De Gea and I feel the De Gea. De Gea is a problem now. He's not 2023 keeper. Okay, he's not the keeper for 2023. All right, 2019 and them years, 2016, 2013. Yeah, he was good. Yeah, the football's changed now. But Bruno, I'm with. Was it Omar was saying? Everyone else needs to step up, in my opinion, and that's like trying to be neutral, trying to be. But I don't know, man. That's your team. This is your.
Let me ask you this: what is Bruno good at on the ball?
Bruno's got a very, very good strike. He's got a very good eye for pass, first time pass. He's brave. Of course, he doesn't come off, but that's because he's brave and he keeps going and he doesn't shy. Look, he don't come off. I get it. He gives the ball away a hell of times, and it can be dangerous, especially in transition, especially when you had Maguire and Lindelof at the back. Of course, they're highlighted when you got shit around you as well. Bruno to me needs to be harnessed and coached. I agree. I think he can be coached better. I don't think he's a bad player. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. Oh. Right? That's different. See, hope you guys can appreciate. I can differentiate the hatred of the person or character that he portrays, right, from the actual ability of the guy. I rate the ability of the guy. I just think he's a dickhead.
I think it's right player, wrong team. That's what the stats said to me. Because to Umar's point, what the other players are doing, they're doing what United level is doing. He's the standout. He has the best stats in the past 5 years, as far as like contributing to the team. And to Murtaza's point, it didn't really lead to much because he's not the right player for you guys. You guys aren't building a team around him. It was counterproductive bringing Ronaldo in because then he was the helm of a rebuild. You bring in Ronaldo, you halted that rebuild. So now you let rid of Ronaldo. Now you're trying to do the rebuild. You don't know which direction to go. Is it to build a team around De Gea, who's not a modern goalkeeper, more of a Pickford level, in my opinion, or it's Bruno? And I still don't think you guys are putting the emphasis on building a team around Bruno. So it's almost like you're waiting for him to fall off to then try to accommodate him. But I'm not going to lie. The guy's stats is great. You should have rebuilt a team around him. And you guys didn't, so
I disagree.
More of a manual thing.
Murtaza, I got a question for you quickly. What are your thoughts? Yeah. What are your thoughts on the midfield of Casemiro, Mason Mount, and Bruno Fernandes? That's
shit.
Give me your thoughts.
So you want to add Mount to Super Saiyan Mount? Like
my Mount.
Bruno Fernandes is Super Saiyan Mount. Like it's just we're playing hot potato on there. It's a ticking time bomb. Like these guys, like it's astaghfirullah. It's haram. Like I
don't think they're gonna play in midfield together. I think Mason Mount's gonna be playing right wing for you guys, like that right side.
Right forward. Wing. I don't know, man. He brought in Anthony for 100.
Park, just play anywhere.
I don't know.
Run around.
Wait, Grizz, you're saying Bruno on the left, Mount on the right.
Jisung Park. That's what I think of Bruno. Like energetic midfielder, Jisung Park. You need to mark a guy, run around. Bruno's best game this year for United was against City at home. And what did he do best? When João Cancelo played left back, he tracked him back and kind of took him away from the rest of the game. And, that helped us out a lot. That was Bruno's best game. And it was only good because of his defensive work. On the ball, like you guys talk about, he has a good pass in him, but the best players are always consistent. He tried that shit 10 times. One of the times or 2 times it'll come off and it'll look good on the stats. But the other 8 times we're getting pammed at our goal, and we have no control in the midfield. So the best players are always consistent. Like you guys know, like Mo Salah, what in a really crap Liverpool team, who's a one shining light? Mo Salah. No matter how crap the team is, he still got his. He's still consistent. But that's why this guy, I'll never get behind this guy.
Who's gonna win you the game tomorrow?
Allah.
Fair play. All right, we got you.
Allah is not helping. He's not helping the Red Devils, man. Let's not even bring Allah into this. Let's not.
That might be the wildest take of the show.
You're on your own, G.
Yeah, man.
Now listen, Murtaza, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, man. We hope your team continues. We hope you're right and your team carries on. You know what I mean? But good luck. Nice one. All the best, bro.
For sure. Take care, guys.
All right, Gunner's next. We're going to keep it moving. Gunner is next, and then we've got K-Mac left, and we've got Jack left. Let's wrap this up. Gunner, how you doing, my friend? I know you've been waiting a little while.
What's up, bro? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, man, all good, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't know if you remember the last time we spoke, Grizz and Captain. It was before the game at Anfield.
Yes.
And obviously,
yeah, before you disappeared, fam. Went on that drought. Couldn't win a game.
I don't think you guys have had a show since then, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we'll check the tapes.
Now, to be fair to me though, I remember saying that. I don't know if you guys remember. I was talking about the West Ham and Southampton game at that point in time, and I was saying, for me, those two games were the games I was looking at. Because a lot of Arsenal fans at the time were,
disregarding them.
Those two games and looking at City, and I was saying those two games, and I was at those games, and obviously everything went downhill from there. But anyway, what I wanted to ask you guys was, who do you guys think will challenge City next season? Obviously, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I've got two teams in mind. I don't think it will be a United or a Chelsea or a Newcastle. So the two teams I've got in mind are obviously Arsenal and Liverpool. This is provided they do what's required in the transfer window. However, I'm more leaning towards Liverpool just because saying provided what Arsenal do what's required in the transfer window is like asking for a unicorn to.
Same for us, my bro. Same for us, bro. When you're talking,
I don't know. I feel like you guys have less holes in your squad.
Really? Have you been listening to Captain and the other brother today? What was his name? Dean?
Yeah.
I was listening for a bit. I don't know. I just feel like the spine of your team doesn't need as much as what we need.
See, I was with you everywhere. I was with you everywhere until you said that bit. Because even me, and I'm known to be a positive, I don't know what Zuberi calls me, man, but top red or whatever. But even me,
I've never called you top red.
Okay, fair enough. But even me is saying we got a couple of holes that definitely, and especially the spine, bro. Especially the spine.
Guna said Liverpool.
But you know where it is though, Grizz, as well.
Go on.
You guys have been there before as well, and obviously we was there last, but it was there this season. Sorry, but the capitulation. Although I kind of saw it coming, like I wasn't like many Arsenal fans getting dragged in. I even said at the time, like I was saying, those West Ham and Southampton games for me, I was shitting it going into those games, and for me, it's the capitulation at the end. And like I said, it's not even about Arteta necessarily. It's more the board for me. Because my biggest worry about this board was once we get into top four, will they continue to back the manager? Although I feel like they have backed the manager, I still don't think they've backed him fully in terms of getting him his first choice players and his first choice targets. I'm sure Bilal can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember the last first choice target that Arteta's gotten. It's usually his second or third choice option. Do you get what I mean? So I don't know if the board are gonna. In my honest opinion, I think we probably will get Declan Rice. I think that's pretty much done. I'll be very surprised if we don't get Declan Rice, but I don't think we'll get Caicedo. And we always just leave a position empty. We always don't get someone over the line, and we're always rushing at the end of transfer windows. So
you sound like every other fan, though, bro. Trust me, every other fan of every other club, bar Chelsea or Man City. Maybe says that. Everyone says that. Yeah. That's the way it goes. I hear you. Look, I'm gonna be straight. I think if you get Rice, that's a massive, huge improvement. And if you can keep the rest of your bulk of your main players, and you bring in another centre back, maybe. Well, I don't know what you need. Like Bilal, you the man.
I think Arsenal need Rice, Caicedo, and a striker.
Bro, if they get Rice and Caicedo, I'm telling you
if we
now.
get Rice and Caicedo, I think I wouldn't back us against City, but I would say we would.
No, you won't win it, but I say
You're
I'm not
top
joking.
two,
You're top 2, you're top 3. If you get Rice and Caicedo, that's serious. That is serious.
Well, that's a big if, though. That's a big if. I don't.
Yeah, 100%. It's a big if.
I think the Caicedo is a if. The Caicedo is definitely a big if. Rice, we should sign him. It looks like that should happen after that Conference League final. But I don't even think we need to sign an attacker per se, unless it's a number 9. Like, if we can get a proper number 9 and someone's available, fantastic, bring them in. But the main thing for me, we get Rice in, and then we make sure that defense, man, behind Saliba, behind Ben White, we make sure that we have players that can come in and do a job. Because as long as we can keep the base solid in the team, the attacking players will score. Like, they will score goals. Saka, Jesus, whatever we even say about him, Trossard, Martinelli, all of these guys, Odegaard's getting the goals. I feel like as long as we can secure the base of the team, the structure, and build from there, we'll be fine. But I think this year, as soon as the base of the team, the foundation of it was a bit dodgy, Saliba comes out, Partey's not looking good, all of a sudden, the team's dead, right? So we need to just make sure that that doesn't happen next season. And if we do that, then yeah, I think we can challenge. To be honest, I did my predictions. Obviously, I'm a deluded Arsenal fan, so I said Arsenal going to win the league next season, right? I said Man City are going to finish second, and then I put Liverpool in 3rd place. I think Liverpool will finish top 3 next season, and I put Man United in 4th place. I think Newcastle, next season might be a bit difficult. If they do it again, top 4, mad. But I think it'll be a bit difficult for them to finish top 4, Champions League, etc., unless they get knocked out early, which is possible with them being top 4, and they might get a crazy group. You never know. But I do think, Liverpool, if they get the players in that midfield, we saw in the last 10 games. The thing with Liverpool, look at when they won their games. Business end of the season, right? And Arsenal next season, we need to make sure we get to April, and then once April comes in and the title race really starts, that's when we have to perform. And that's the bit that team was lacking this year, because when it really started heating up, obviously the injuries, etc., we know.
You have to get out the kitchen.
They couldn't do it.
You ran out of the kitchen.
Exactly, they couldn't do it. But hopefully they've learned from those lessons, and Arteta and the board, and we'll see what happens. And I think one point someone made, I can't remember, it might have been Gunnar. The one thing American owners, like we all have American owners, right? FSG, Kroenkes, Man United with the Glazers. The one thing we always get worried about is once you get top 4, will these guys actually spend any money? Because the minute you look at Liverpool now, the minute you guys are out of the Champions League, how many transfer links are you guys hearing? And the reason is because of Champions League.
Don't try to do that.
But it's true. No, that's my opinion. It's my opinion. Kroenkes used to do this for years. I know they'll say they never had full ownership. Arsenal was a bit of a different story, maybe. But these guys, they need to show that even if they do get Champions League, they have that ambition to go that step further. Because at the end of the day, finishing 2nd and 1st, I don't know how much money difference it is really for the club. I don't think it's that much. Yeah, it's not a lot. So it's one of those ones. They need to actually show that they want to win and not just happy to be getting Champions League. And I honestly, I don't want Arsenal to be stuck in that loop again, because that's the worst loop as a fan. You get top 4, you get knocked out around 60 every season. They're just doing the same thing. That's why Arsenal fans got fed up, even going out of the Champions League for a while, and then it was honestly for the first couple of years, it wasn't that bad. It was when it kept on happening, like we need to get back in the Champions League. That's a bit of a joke, but I hope we don't get trapped in that loop.
That's the problem, Bilal. We're literally on the verge of either future success, or we're on the verge of going back into that loop. Because
Gordon, can I interject here? Because I think
go on, Cap.
I've listened to all you guys talk, and none of you guys seem to bring up the real issue and the real thing in the Premier League. You're going on about owners and investing and all that good stuff. Bro, call it what it is. Arteta don't have no pull as a manager. So don't be surprised if players don't go to Arteta to work under him. He has no pull, fam. I've always said Klopp don't have the greatest pull either. When Klopp is pulling against heritage. Let me land. Klopp versus a heritage football club like Real Madrid. Klopp is losing every day, but we've seen it. Players don't grow up dreaming of playing for Klopp. Teams don't go. Players ain't grown up dreaming of playing for Arteta because they almost won the league. Bro, I'm gonna put this right now. The two teams to challenge City next season is the Zerbi's team and Eddie Howe's team. You know why? They're more going of an ambitious run Yeah, Klopp's done it before, but bro, Klopp's on the receiving end.
What does Derby team? Brighton.
No, let me land. Let me land, bro. Because Leicester won it. Leicester won the Premier League with Chelsea guy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but the difference, they had Kante and all of these players. Brighton are going to lose Macallister, Caicedo. How are they going to challenge?
Listen, you're doing this in the moment thing, bro. When the Zerbe picked over from Potter, everyone predicted a drop off. They didn't drop off, bro. It's 11v11. It's the better managers, the more ambitious managers, the manager with the plan that can win. Eddie Howe's plan is a progressive plan. The Zerbe's plan is a progressive plan. Grizz can't tell us what Klopp's plan is for next season. Omar can't. You guys are trying to blame the owners early. I'm not buying this early American owners excuse from Arteta. Arteta don't have pull, bro. He had to go to City to pull players. He doesn't have pull, fam. He doesn't have pull. Call it what it is. No players be like, yeah, I can't wait to go play for Arsenal and Arteta. No player is saying that. They might go for the money thanks to the owners, but it's not because of Arteta. So if you guys fall off, don't blame the owners because they didn't invest. Bro, Klopp tried to sign mad players and the players choose other team. It's not an FSG problem. They didn't choose Klopp. That's the reality. And I don't think Liverpool will be up there because we're on a different path. This is a rebuild path. If you're a Liverpool fan, you expect us to win the league next season. I'm not going to call you delusional because it's my team and we should be winning. But what I'm trying to say to you, Arteta has no pull, fam. Don't blame it on the owners. The Zerbe and Eddie Howe has more pull than Arteta because they have more of a project. And I pray to God Brighton start investing in a Brighton project and not do let's just make money. Because if they do, they got a serious manager that can go toe-to-toe with any team right now.
Bro, I don't understand. How does Eddie Howe and De Zerbi have more pull than Arteta? I don't get it.
No, because it's a project. Arteta went to City and got like 2-3 players. What players did Arteta?
No, he only got Jesus and Zinchenko. Apart from that, we haven't. Think it's been.
And here's the problem. Your downfall had been Jesus. Jesus ain't the winning guy.
It's nothing.
Your downfall has been Jesus, bro. Trust me, the Zerbe topping Arteta next season. You heard it.
It's been like this since. It's been like, but Captain, why I disagree with you is because I'm not saying Arteta has poor. He does. It's been like this since Wenger days. I'm still waiting from 2014 when Benzema was meant to buy his house in Highgate. He still hasn't bought his house in Highgate. So it's been like this since Wenger days, where top players, the last world class player we actually signed when they was actually world class was probably Ozil.
Listen, all I'm gonna say to you, listen, all I'm gonna say to you, delusional guys out there, Werner chose Chelsea over Liverpool. All I'm gonna say is Salah chose Chelsea over Liverpool. I'm like, oh, Salah's here now, bro. All I'm saying to you guys is stop being delusional. A lot of players chose different. Listen, a lot of players chose different team because certain men don't have certain pool. All I'm saying to you guys is listen to me. Arteta, he's new. He had a great season for his level, but let's not downplay how crucial Gabriel Jesus was for him to think Gabriel Jesus was the guy. He messed up and put more faith in Jesus than Trossard. All I'm going to say, De Zerbi, don't sleep on him. I'm just saying that. Respect De Zerbi. Eddie Howe is on the hop. It could be this is his highest level.
No, but no one's disagreeing with that. No one will.
Yeah, but
you guys are acting like Arteta is the truth, bro. He ain't.
Bro, this is in. If you listen to the people who say, "Oh, we're in the industry," all of these journalists who love to pretend they're in some sort of secret society, right? Arteta, honestly, this is me as an Arsenal fan. The level of propaganda this man has, and I'm not saying he's a bad. Arteta has a cult of personality sort of thing going on, right?
He's a new Wenger.
He's a manager. I'm telling you, the way people look at him in football is weird. Like yes, he worked under Pep, but Arteta himself, honestly, sometimes the things I read and hear make it sound mystical, right? And players like Declan Rice, honestly, players like Declan Rice, they could go listen, Declan Rice, he could go to Bayern Munich, all of these teams, but at the end of the day, he's coming to Arsenal, not just Arsenal, but because of the manager himself.
It's been a wicked call as well. Let me mute him.
Yeah, man. Big up, Captain. I'm gonna hold you to what you said about
definitely. We're gonna hold him. Listen, we're gonna hold him to bare shit, man.
I'll
Make sure you're in the
trophy next season.
Ghana, make sure you're on the preseason prediction show that we're gonna do near the end, man. We're gonna hold him to load of shit, man. He chats,
Yeah, man. Big
He
up,
got
guys.
one
Have a
thing
nice
right this
evening.
weekend. He got Liverpool right this season, and he's so full of himself. But we're gonna catch up to him still. All right, take care, my friend. Look after yourself. All right, we have 20 minutes left. We have 2 callers left, 10 minutes each. Let's go. Hold on. LFC Network, who's in the chat earlier, says, Zaberi, which platform you on?
Bro, subscribe to Grizz Khan, bro. What you waiting for, man? I'm on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
If you already subscribed, yo, Zabiri Mafabi, I'm not on anywhere but YouTube. I do some stuff with Ensman, and I do some stuff with Savage Talks Football.
There you go. All right, we got K-Mac in the building. K-Mac, thank you very much for being so patient. Welcome to the stream, my friend.
Welcome. I think
you're on mute. You're on mute.
You're on mute, K-Mac. I hope it's mute.
No.
Yeah. Something ain't right. You might have to check your settings and your microphone.
Let's give him a minute or so. Let's see what happens. But let's try now.
Yeah. The flat earthers got your stuff, fam.
The flat earthers. Let's give him a minute or so. But that
you know what, Grizz? I need to come to Bilal for this, man, because Bilal, I know you're Arsenal fan. I've never taken shots at you on this show, bro.
K-Max fruit. K-Max fruit. Yeah, we can hear you.
K-Max, you just saved me.
You saved Bilal, You saved Bilal, But go ahead, K-Max.
I felt the bazooka coming at me.
The amount of waffle I have just heard from some of those supporters. Jesus.
Go on.
Include Bilal as well, right?
Chelsea next season, they're just going to be an absolute mess. Like, they've got to get rid of about 50 players and sign about 50 other players. And they've got a manager that's like 50-50 with their own fans. That's going to be horrible at Chelsea. And Arsenal, bigger fish to fry. Yeah, good luck with Arteta. You got him from Everton.
He was a good player, man. It was an emergency signing. Imagine we didn't sign him.
It's basically going to be Man City reserves.
But what's stopping Pochettino? So I'm assuming you're not a Pochettino fan.
Pochettino. I mean, I thought at Tottenham he kind of struck it lucky when with just Kane and Son. Like, if it wasn't for Kane and Son, what would he have done? Like, there was nothing else there. It was just them running riot. And they only did well in the Champions League because Kane got injured, and a couple of other players started to pick up and score goals. I didn't really want to come on and talk about other clubs.
No. Talk about whatever you want, my friend. No problem.
But I feel like there's a couple of things that happened with Klopp. Captain Zaberi knows how I am about Klopp anyway.
Okay, so
wasn't
you're
it weird?
That
wasn't it like?
Don't label him. No, don't label him. He's a free enterprise. He runs his own stuff.
You didn't need to mention.
I'm not going to talk about any of that. Wasn't it weird though that the owners came over to watch the West Ham game? Do you remember that? Yeah, They came over to watch the West Ham game in London. The owners. Nobody really knew why they were there.
The Bournemouth game as well.
Yeah. And then suddenly we changed formation. And then suddenly things start to change at the club. Do you feel like something's clicked and the owners have gone, right, you know what, Jürgen? I know you've got the keys to the city, but you're not getting the keys to Anfield. And we're going to have to rein you in. And we're going to have to tell you that you need to start doing some things differently. Like maybe getting someone in to look after the transfer committee and maybe looking at your own players to maybe do more different positions and be a bit more flexible. I feel like things have kind of changed. I hope it's not a false dawn because we've all been there before when it was the Jude Bellingham, saga. Oh, we're going to sign this guy. Oh, that's the reason why. We've got this money for this person. This is going to happen. And the club's getting sold. You know what I mean? We've had too many false dawns, but I feel like things are different now, and I feel like somebody's in the club reining Klopp in and making him, You know, even his interviews recently, he's been less prickly. You know what I mean? He's not been gobbing off to the reporters when they've just asked him a normal question. What do you think?
Real quick, I think you might be onto something, but I don't think that's what it is. I think when he did his interview and he goes, okay, I don't want to be in a job because of what I've done in the past. I want to be in a job because of what I'm doing now. I think that was the wake-up call for him. I think every man, and I hope every man and woman watching this now reach a point in their life where they go, you know what? I might need to start taking responsibility for what I've done or what I haven't done. Because not doing something is also doing something. Like not signing players is also not doing anything. So you had these opportunities as a manager to change. It was your stamp. And whether you choose to stamp it or not stamp it, that's an action you took. And this is the result of that action. So whether you stamp signing 5 players or stamp re-signing old players, bro, that was your decision. And this is the bed you made. So I think he's just now taking full responsibility of where this club is going. And that's all I've asked for him. You're the manager, bro. Don't let fans talk about the owners. You're here to manage this. So manage it. Don't let it go loosely and then go, well, the player I wanted went somewhere else. Or, you know, we have bills to pay, bro. That's not your place to say. We have guys in the club and around the club to say that. That's their job. Don't talk about bills. You're not here for bills, bro. You're here to manage the players. So manage the players. You know, so I think he's really realized, like, yo, this is my lane as a manager. Let me stay in it. Let me not do this King Klopp thing or the keys to the city thing. And, you know, fair play to him, man, just acting more mature and acting and staying in his lane. So if that means leave your hands out of the transfer and just work with whoever he gives you, you know, I think that's what it is. But I don't think anyone is per se rating him in. I think it'll be disrespectful to bring someone in to put a leash on Klopp.
No, I just felt it was interesting because that's when the owners came over and that's when the change kind of happened. And also Billy Hogan's back as well. So Billy Hogan might kind of have his finger on the pulse of the club a bit, and Klopp isn't kind of.
Can I just very, very quickly interject? So, are you suggesting? Because I don't know if you're saying or you're not saying it. So, are you saying that the owners had a say in changing the tactics?
No, I feel like the owners have kind of gave him a rocket up his arse.
How? In terms of what? So you're saying that, because what you started off saying is completely different. You said, did you notice the owners came and then we changed formation or we started playing different? I'm sure.
Yeah, basically, I think he was trying to say they put a leash on them, which forced them to change. So it's not like they wanted that specific change, but they just applied the necessary pressure for him to step out of his comfort zone.
It feels like when the owners came over, Klopp went back to work.
Basically, he's been on the beach. Yeah, he's been on the beach.
Basically, went back to work.
Yeah, and then the owner showed up and it was like, yo, let me not pretend to work. Let me actually
basically
work.
Went into Anfield and started doing the login, like started clocking in properly with his card.
I don't see it, guys.
I'm going to say is
I don't see this. Like Zuberi, like I know where you want to go with this, and I'm ready to like.
No, I think I defended it well. I said
I'm ready to map this out.
Not to see it though.
I'm ready to. I think it's the
everything about
opposite.
Liverpool this season was not Klopp.
I think very quickly, then you guys go. Very quickly, you guys go. I think almost 1 second. It's very clear. It's very difficult to see you guys' perspective because every season we finish off like this. So are we suggesting that every season he only decides to work in January onwards? Because if you check our record for the last 3-4 seasons, we win our last, or we go unbeaten in our last 12, 13 games. That's just what we do. Great teams do that. Man City do that. We've done that. We've just had the most horrendous, appalling first half of the season. And yes, Jurgen Klopp is absolutely part of the blame. But to suggest that he saw the owners come into the country and thought, I better wise up before they sack me. And by the way, the owners wouldn't dare sack Klopp, because imagine FSG in their current form and their current structure without Jurgen Klopp, they know they're dead men walking.
Okay, Matt, can I just say, are you pinpointing that West Ham game as the turning point? Are you saying that they came in then and that's the game that...
No, they were over. I'm just saying they were over. I'm just saying there was a turning point in the season where I felt like I felt like maybe he turned around and said, you know what, Pep Linders, you're really not doing a great job this season. Like, you know, you ruined the training plan for the start of the season, pre-season, injured all our players, everybody's knackered. You know, your tactics to put Mo Salah as a linesman, that hasn't been working. You know, this Harvey Elliott experiment, it's not working no more. You know what I mean? And then the owners have come over, or something's changed. Maybe it could have even been Graham Potter getting sacked. I don't know. But it just felt like something's changed, and our manager that might have been space jammed for the first half of the season came back, because we started to look like Liverpool again. We started to do the Klopp things again. He started to talk like Klopp again. You know what I mean? It felt like that is. And it feels like it's going into the next season now. Like, all of the players that we're looking at, they are all Klopp players. They're all interchangeable. Millions and millions of different scenarios that we can play them in. And there's loads of interesting stuff around Jurg Schumacher as well. Like his son works at the club that we're looking at Manu Kone from. And he was the guy that signed Van de Ven. So it's like all of those things, they've all got links to them as well. And I just feel like something's changed, and he's changed, or he's just had to change.
Okay, mate, you've raised some interesting points that we will look into. I'm so sorry, but we've only had, because we're running out of time, okay. 10 minutes each of the last two, but thank you very much for coming on. Okay, and feel free to call in again and we'll catch up. We'll catch up. Some intriguing points you made. Nice one. 9 minutes to go, but we're going to give Jack 10 minutes because he's been waiting a long time. So I'm going to go over the time. Jack, thank you very much for being patient, my friend. Welcome to the stream.
Grizz, just before, I've got to shoot off.
Ohms, look after yourself. Hey, catch up in a bit.
Boys, man. Good to see you, man.
Champions League Villa. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Jack, welcome to the stream, my brother.
I like that.
Is that the United fan that's leaving now?
No. He's
No. You might be thinking of Michael, that's Omar, Turkish gem, Liverpool guy. My guy.
Oh, he's Liverpool, is he?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first thing I was going to say is Grizz and Captain, you two actually come across with decent points, because I can tell you're not biased, and then, well, you are a bit biased, but you don't talk about, we've got this managerial problem, or the board aren't doing this, because since I've been on this show, all I've heard is, it's all about this, it's all about that. Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, it's the board, it's what we're going to do. Man United, we need more money to spend. So that was my first point. And actually, I'll say this: Liverpool, are the only team that have actually pushed Manchester City into some sort of title race. Mm-hmm. So Arsenal this season, he might be able to tell me, the guy at the bottom right, it's meant to be some title race. But I mean, we've been on the beaches the last 3 games. You know what I mean? We won it before. We won the Premier League before the Chelsea game. So,
are you bothered that you have been like this going into 2 possibly your biggest games since before the Sheikh Mansour times, when you was fighting relegation or staying in the league, whatever? Like 2 of your greatest, biggest games. Tell me otherwise, maybe. I suppose the Aguero game is the biggest.
No, these 2 games are bigger than them. That game.
Oh, really?
100%. 100%. You're completely right. But you know what I will say? You know what Manchester City fans are like? They worry about anything. Like last season, we played Wolves away in the title race against Liverpool, and that was the game. We were all going, it's Wolves away, it's at the Molineux, it's midweek. We're going to slip up. And what did we do? Kevin De Bruyne stepped up and scored 4 goals.
He was magnificent. Right in a sense. That was like a sit down, guys. I've got this. performance. Like, that was a monumental performance that day. In fact, Man City weren't very good apart from Kevin De Bruyne. Like, Wolves were shit, but Kevin De Bruyne, that was like a Superman performance. I remember.
Yeah, you're right. And let's face facts, he steps up in every single game that he plays in. And I've not come on here now to talk about, our board and who we're going to sign, because Manchester City are running the right way. We've got
now they are.
Now we are, yeah. You're right.
Now they are. You've had your
Can you elaborate on who they got the correct model from while we're at it, so people understand? Because I heard they look to Liverpool owners to the way they run business.
Well, let's face facts, yeah. So we've got these new owners in. We've had a few seasons with different managers, but let's be honest, who was the manager that everyone wanted to go out and get? It was Pep Guardiola. So we've done that. And anyway, I don't even want to talk about all this. But what I will say is, yeah, we've got the best in football at our club doing the right things. But that comes from choices, and that comes from the choices of the owners. So when Manchester United are moaning about all of this and all of that, their owners are still splashing out a lot of money. Yeah. All of these big clubs are all splashing out big money. And that is why, as a Manchester City fan, when I was a young kid, 4 years old, going to Main Road, watching us in the Championship, it was the first division back then, watching Norwich City versus Man City, I was like, wow, I was like over the moon with it. I thought, this is amazing. And then I looked at the big clubs like Liverpool, Manchester United, and I didn't understand none of it. But what I've learned from it all is these clubs, there's big problems in ownership, obviously, and who they're getting involved. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the football on the pitch. And what I want to talk about is tomorrow, because I tell you what, it's going to be a demolition job. Simple as that. I'm not a City fan that's nervous and all of this and all of that. I was nervous. Not anymore. Not when I've seen what we've done over the last 25 games, whatever, unbeaten. What we lost last week. We played 9 players that aren't even nowhere near our first team.
So you're the guy for this question then. Is this going to be the moment where Manchester look back and be like, Man United stopped trebles, but couldn't stop the blue treble next door? Is this the season when you lift the Champions League trophy and go, this is the turning point? The numbers of trophies won't match, obviously, because, big teams always have that one thing over you. Oh, you've never done it in Europe. So Bilal can't say that as well. But then they'll go, you haven't won 20 league titles. But the rest of the years to come, you probably will. But would this be that moment when you go, nah, the city is definitely blue ever since we picked the treble up off Man United? Would this be the season? Haaland scoring 50-plus goals. Think about that. You guys been big players. None of them has been doing this. Is this the moment KDB gets, I don't know, Ballon d'Or runner-up or something like that?
I understand what you're saying, but I also feel like last season when we was 2-0 down to Aston Villa on the last day of the season, and Liverpool were going to win the Premiership title, and what did we do? We come back, and you've seen the scenes at the Etihad. Unbelievable scenes that no one else, obviously other people will witness that, but when you support a club from such a young kid, that was crap, that was whatever you want to call us, to the point we're at now, like a lot of the big YouTubers that are Man City fans, they all say, all of this is just extras. And for me, tomorrow, I'm watching the game here with my mate, he's a United fan. And it's something dreams are made of, because next week we've got the Champions League final. So it's amazing what this game can do. And my dad always told me from when I was a young kid, from whenever I remember, because I played football all my life, he said, Jack, don't worry. He said, we're sleeping giants. And obviously he was just kind of saying that. But I mean, look what's happened. I say to my friends, I could have been a Bolton fan. I could have been an Aston Villa fan. I could have been any of these teams, but I'm a Manchester City fan, and the facts are that we're on for a treble this season. We've got a big game tomorrow. And I tell you what, I've never been so confident because I tell you what, you look at our squad, there's some big guys in our team. We don't concede goals. Against Bayern Munich, against Real Madrid, we only conceded 2 goals. Yeah. And one was a great shot from outside the box and one was a penalty. So, and in the FA Cup this season, we haven't even conceded a goal. So it's written in the stars. We're doing it tomorrow. I'm not concerned. I'm not bothered. We're going to do them in 4-1. That's what I'm saying. 4-1, easy. All the big guns are back. Jack Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan. You know what I mean?
I love how you mentioned Jack Grealish first because I've been listening. I'm just like, you sound like Jack Grealish to me. I'm like, is Jack Grealish speaking to us, telling us what's going to happen?
Yeah, good. Bilal, I promise. Listen,
Yeah.
I promise. I'm only going to ask this one question because I feel like if I don't ask this question, I won't sleep good tonight, knowing what tomorrow is going to bring. When you said you was a kid watching your team in the Championship or League One, what was the Premier League team you were supporting? Not like as a supporter, but you know that was the team you was rooting to win or hoping to win back in them days. I'm not saying it's your team and you've went back to form.
The team when I was younger was Manchester United.
Oh, okay. So you're just Manchester true and true, but you're letting
No.
It's blue.
I'm not a Man United fan. Listen, I can send you pictures of me. I've got pictures on my
phone.
phone.
No. I'm not saying you're a fan. I'm just saying you're a Man City.
You're saying
fan.
what team did you like at that time?
Yeah, but for a Man City fan to like
I didn't
Man
like.
City,
No, I worshipped Richard Dunn and Sylvain Distin. I was the centre back. They were the players. But listen, I watched John Franco Zola, who played for Chelsea at Main Road. And that was insane.
I rated Richard Dunn, you know. I rated Richard Dunn.
Big Richard Dunn, he's got the most own goals in the Premier League.
I know, but that's unlucky. I rated him. Him and Sylvain Distin. I'm telling you, Sylvain Distin was like the modern day Gabriel almost. Like, you know how Gabriel plays for Arsenal? I'm telling you, man, he was decent. Very, very, very decent.
But yeah, I just kind of find it like it's a bit like fate. Like I used to get so much stick at school. Like all the lads I played football with. Oh, you're a City fan. Why did you support them? And they were United fans. And I used to say, oh, you're a United fan only because they're like doing all this and all that. And then it's come back in a turn.
Jack, you must be...
Grizz, I got one question. Literally, last question. And I know you want to win both the FA Cup and Champions League. But if you had to pick one, is beating Man United a bigger feeling than winning that Champions League?
No chance. No chance.
So you want the Champions League?
We want that Champions League, mate.
Yeah, fair enough.
Champions of Europe. We know what we are.
Oh, you want to sing that, yeah? Well, listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be an awful day when you win that Champions League. And I believe, and I've been saying it for ages, you're going to win the Champions League. You're going to win the treble this season. You're by far the
Grizz.
best.
You give me hope.
No, you are. You're by far the best team in Europe. By far. I've said it all season. And, you know, I'm going to hate it. It's going to be nasty. You know, all of that business costs, you know, it is what it is because you're going to win it. You're going to win everything. You're going to smoke them tomorrow. No, I think tomorrow you're going to beat them. I think you're going to really wipe the floor with Inter in the Champions League. I think you're going to wipe the floor with them. And you're going to win the treble. And you're going to go down as one of the greatest teams the Premier League's ever seen. And he's going to go down as the greatest coach that the Premier League's ever seen. And that's the way it is. You have to deal with it. Whatever comes up with the financial trials and tribulations in years to come, we'll address that accordingly. But right now, you're a sensational football team.
Ilkay Gundogan, Pep Guardiola's first signing. And what's he going to do this season? He's going to lift the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. Pep's first signing. So,
wow. That's how we're going to end it. Jack, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, man.
Yeah,
nice one. All the best, man.
And
all the best tomorrow. Smash them to bits. But yeah, hope you lose in the Champions League.
Let's enjoy Man United tears tomorrow.
Yeah, take care. All right. All the best. Yeah, man. I hope they smash United to bits and I hope Inter, I don't know, there's an early red card or something, or I don't know, football, show me something.
Lautaro, man.
Rodri finally shows us who we are.
No,
and that
something.
Declan Rice
Football,
is better than him.
football show us something. It's been a wild season. Inter, something happened.
If there's one team, man, who can do it, it's Inter. Inter can. You know what? I was reading stuff about Lautaro. He needs a surgery on his knee, but he's postponed it obviously to after the season. So all of this sort of stuff, Lukaku's doing stuff outside the pitch. I'm seeing my guy doing some stuff, and you never know.
Listen, man, got that American thing on his arm and that. The big thing that's written
you
in
faked
the
it till
stuff.
you made it. What a guy!
Yeah, the big thing I think, along with what you're saying, Grizz, I agree, because I hope they smash Man U, and then I heard Darmian, Mkhitaryan, and Lukaku was at Man U at the same time. So if Man U gets smashed and Inter nicks it, you know, it's even a more egg on Man U's face. You know what I mean? And Grizz, egg on their face.
Everyone's bigging up Inzaghi, this and that, man. I don't rate him like that. But listen, let's see next weekend, next Saturday, innit?
Yeah, we'll see, man. Mo's gonna Mo. He's Inter fan. Always comes here. He's been slandering Inzaghi all season, so he gets this for him.
I know it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be weird, but listen, we're gonna call it a wrap. We're gonna call this a night. We're gonna wrap this up. We done our 3 hours. It's been a while. We weren't sure about our stamina because we've been out of practice, but I think we done well. You know, I think we done well.
Are we back on Saturdays though?
Yeah, we're gonna do Saturday. Friday nights don't suit us. I don't think.
Oh,
what are you saying?
Yeah, nah. Friday night. That's like double session. You know, I'm not built for double sessions. Like
Saturday night. We're gonna bring back Saturday nights, man. Saturday nights where the party's at. You know what I mean? Saturday night's gonna be where the Kall-in-Khan show is gonna be. It's been good. I thought it might be a bit rusty. I was a bit rusty at the start. I didn't pin up the tweet and shit, but we're back. But yeah, man. Kall-in-Khan. Check us next week, Saturday. We'll be back. So much to talk about. Hopefully, Inter Milan have got something for us. I don't think so at all. It's been a wild season. Peace out. Take care. All right.